All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Emily. Sorry, I was actually working on um my essences, my luck essences. So, but anyways, yeah, I feel like we have like a lot of stuff to talk about. But I don't have a Lunar New Year character yet set up. I have something in mind that I think I'm gonna do, but I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to kind of I haven't had time to really like check it out and see where am I? Oh. So yeah, we're early today. Just because I'm trying to like I'm trying to see if like going live earlier will get me like more views and stuff. I mean, it's like it's not like I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know, like begging people to watch me, but I'm trying to find like, I gotta optimize the time of like when I'm doing stuff. Oh, you can't hear me? Why can't you hear me? I can't hear anything. Um, okay, hold on. Let me check. Might have to restart. Technical difficulties, always the problem. Wait, why is this not? Wolf. You can hear on my end? So you can hear on your end? I can restart. Yeah, I think, Emily, it might be you. I don't know, I can't hear. I'm trying to listen to my phone right now, but yeah. Okay. So my stream is fine. I don't know. Must be on your end. Hi, Mish King. It's so funny. So now that I see your name, it's so funny. The other day, I went into. Oh my god, what was it? It was some kind of. Oh, it was. I was curious as to because Mighty Teapot. I remember at the end of last year, he said that he's kind of moving away from Guild Wars 2, and he's doing like I guess he's moving towards World of Warcraft, which is fine, whatever, right? But I remember him saying that he wants to do a bunch of stuff for Guild Wars 2 in 2025. And it's gonna be like this big last hurrah that he wants to do before he leaves Guild Wars 2. And so I went on his channel and I was like, I wonder if he has like done anything, if he has released anything this year already. Like I was just kind of curious. It was so funny. I went into one of his VODs of one of his streams, and literally one of the first people that I saw was your name popped up, and you had asked a question or something. I skimmed through. I didn't watch this whole stream. I just skimmed through some of the stream. I I can't watch my Mighty Teapot. I can't. It was me then. I can hear you now. Fine. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you figured that out. But yeah, I don't know. I can't watch it. I don't know. I can't put my finger on why. I don't know. So I just kind of skimmed through some stuff, and I mean obviously the guy is like popular. He like has a ton of views on all of his stuff and whatever. So, but yeah, I mean I was just like it was so funny because I saw the you had asked like something about something on there, and I was just like, oh look, it's Mish King. It was so funny. Anyways, so we're here. I don't have a Lunar New Year. As you guys know, I wanted to have like one character for. Oh, look, as all the animals are showing up over here. I love it. It's so cute. Look at this. I mean, I feel like some of these are a little close together, but I see what they're going with. Horse. I love this. I love this so much. This is so great. Oh, they're all racing? Is that what they're doing? Okay. Well, we can race. We can sign up. Wait. I didn't sign up for it. Oh, there it is. Hello. Sign me up, please. I love that. Has that always been part of this? And then of course you have Gordon here. I cannot watch him either. I'm done. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's like things about him where I'm just like, oh, God, you know, he's like, there's many ways where he speaks in a very generic way, where he just kind of sounds like an announcer for like a sports game or something, you know. But anyways, so you know, nothing against him. Obviously, he has a huge fan base and people love to watch him and whatever. But it's not for me personally, so it's whatever. But anyways, so Lunar New Year. I love that I think it's the year of the snake, right? So I have one character set up for every. Who is? I don't know who this is. Oh. Well, as dragon. Yeah, I gotta do I want to do the dragon stuff. I didn't do last year's Lunar New Year. I think I skipped last year or only did like a little bit of it. So I kind of want to do some stuff. I want to get that dragon look, you know what I mean? So I want to get that dragon look. But yeah, so I have a character in mind that I'm gonna make a Lunar New Year character, but I gotta kind of set her up a little bit on how I want her to look and her build and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a little. I don't know if I'm gonna get it done this year, but I have an idea for one. So, but anyways, so here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Yeah, I'm trying to find like different times to stream. Just simply because I just kind of want to see what works for everyone. So I'm like, maybe going live earlier is better. Like maybe I'll get more people watching or something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, they pushed back the date. They pushed back the date of the release, which is really good for me personally because that lets me get a bunch of videos done. I like want to get more videos done, and yeah, honestly, I need it. I need more videos done. The channel has seen like no videos at all lately, so Bernardo is fast. I don't even care about coming for it because already finished the Lunar New Year. The Lunar New Year is probably one of the most lackluster of festivals, honestly. Like it goes by so quickly, or it's one of the longest lasting ones, but it's also one of the worst ones because it's always one that lasts 3 weeks, but there's never anything to do for 3 weeks. There's like something to do for 2 hours, like, and that's about it. Whee! Whee! Finish line. We're coming. Annual Racer. Freddy had missing voice lines to the current story or something else. Yeah, I mean, is that a good reason? I feel like that's not a good reason, but I mean, I get it. 41 days. Well, it was like 42 or 43 or something when they changed it. So, but I think it's March 20. What did I say? March 11th or something is what it is now. I kind of did the math. So it went from like February 25th to March 11th or something is what the date went to. All right, let's go back to the new year. I don't know. I'm okay with it because I needed to figure out my stuff anyways. Maybe more of the fortune weapons. What does the staff look like?
May the Six watch over you.
Oh my god, nothing is loading. Everything is so slow right now.
How can I help?
I do like those weapons.
Good to meet you.
Until next time.
Mystic Clovers. So I have 1,200. It's not a lot, but Trader's Fortune. I can only trade 1 per week.
I like it here.
Are these good-looking skins? Are these new skins or what's going on here? Oh, okay.
May the six watch.
So this is kind of cool. These look like the old ancient or the old coins from like Cantha that you could find in Guild Wars 1, like the Crimson Skull coins and stuff like that. They looked like these little things. Like these little things orbiting around. They kind of look like that. So I see the inspiration there. It's kind of cool. That's a thick blade. Look at that. You're not cutting anything with that. You're just bashing things. Yeah, I know the envelopes, but I don't like this weapon set, by the way. I'm not a fan of it. So I'm gonna buy 1 per week. Great. Let's do that.
Bring this one down.
Jade Serpent Dagger. Ooh, okay. Why is the
You seek knowledge?
kind of weird? Like how the tassel is like not hanging down on the preview? That's kind of strange. It's kind of cool. It looks nice. Oops. Oh my god, move, please. Jesus. Spear?
How's it going? How can I help?
Lucky Dragon.
May the six
Lucky
watch
Envelope. Is that a focus? It is a focus. Shield. See, the thing with shield is like, I don't know. It feels like not many classes use shield. Shield is still pretty useless in most cases. What the hell is this? Gatherer's Fortune? That's not worth that price. That skin. Ooh. Crescent Steel. The shape of the moon is formed by gifted light. Didn't mean to summon. Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were here. Are you here? Where are you? I don't know where you are. Am I blind? Oh, you're right there.
May the six watch over you.
You seem
Looking
friendly.
pretty good. I like the pauldrons. They look so cool. I like it. With the tail and everything. Are you gonna go for the headpiece? Are you gonna finish off the look with the headpiece?
Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
Spear gun,
Watch over you.
bow,
How can I help?
ammo. I already looked at that. Rifle. It was really good. I wish I was good
May
at
the
fashion,
six
but
watch
Thank you.
over you.
homestead recipes. Golden statue, whatever. I'm gonna get all of these, all of these, all of these.
Bring this one
Did I buy
down.
that one? I did buy that one.
Knowledge is bliss.
Give me all this. Wait, I already know this? Why do I already know this? Was this part of in here? How do I already know this? Why would they sell the individual when they're in the set? That's really stupid. That's a waste of luck there. Right. I think that's what happened at least.
What can I do for you?
Okay. Anywho,
I know your face from
envelopes. Buy 8 envelopes.
Are you well?
Greetings.
Activity. Yes, I do want to do that. I'm gonna do that in a second. I kind of want to see. I'm gonna go on my sky scale. Hi, Jacob. Welcome. I tried mini helms, just like my glasses. Daily visa in 40 minutes, by the way. Nice. I don't think I'm gonna get my dailies done in that time. I just need to do one event in Cantha. All right, let me do one event in Cantha real quick, just so I can get this. What's a good event that always pops up? I don't know. I haven't been in Cantha in so long. Let's look around here. So are we excited? Are you guys excited for the release? What are your expectations? What are your expectations for the new map? Are you like looking for something? Are you looking forward to something very specific, or are you guys like totally like whatever? I don't even care. Like, are you guys looking for a specific meta event? Like, do you guys want like a big meta event on this new map? I'm thinking we need like a meta event, honestly. Alright, come on. Let's drag this thing. Let's go, fucker. I don't like Guild Wars even more. Now, why? I'm excited for the balance patch. I like the changes to the Rifle Warrior. And, okay, nice. I'm excited for the dual wield trait change. I talked about this ad nauseum yesterday. That's like the one change that I'm super excited about. Because I'm like one of the only like warrior players that uses dual wield, the dual wield trait. So I'm like, hell yeah, looking forward to that.
Oh, good. You have my paperwork. A lot of paperwork in this business.
Can you fly? Wait, when you transport these cargo like things, can you fly with them? Hold on, let me see. Can I actually like mount up? Oh, you can! Oh my god, that's great. I love this. What? That's so cool. I did not even know that. Alright, cool. Let's go. Let's go! But yeah, we have a new map, atmosphere of both maps. Yeah, I wish they would have updated Jan 3 Century a little bit, but I do love Jan 3 Century. Like, the map itself. I said the other day, I'm like, the content sucks on Jan 3 Century because it's all very repetitive, it's very bland, it's very all samey and annoying. But, not annoying, but it's just very repetitive to the point where it makes it very annoying, right? Come on. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that Papa Nisos has like a really cool meta event, right? Like I'm looking forward to having a really cool meta event on the map. We haven't seen a meta event yet, right? We have seen a world boss, and then Lowland Shore has nothing. I mean, Lowland Shore has plenty of things, but it doesn't have anything in the sense of like big meta event or anything, right? Like no world boss, no meta event, none of those things. Oh my god, I guess. Oh my god. Street Lantern. You don't like Anet's policy? I mean, I don't either, but I still enjoy the game for what it is. So, I had plenty of rant yesterday about that I don't understand about ArenaNet. Like, certain things I just don't understand about ArenaNet. But anyways, I mean, it is what it is, you know? I just take the good with the bad. Oh, here we go. I was like, well, I'm gonna open one of these. I haven't opened one of these in a long time. I'm just waiting for that event to finish, and then that should be my daily, and then we can go back. So much map. So much map available to us now. I'd like to have a... I would like to... Oh, you would like another map? So the new map... So you, Emily, you do not want another meta event. Is there a specific reason as to why? Like, do you just... I mean, we all know how I am, right? I'm one of those people, I'm like super casual in the way that I consume Guild Wars 2, and I would like to, what? Why? What is that? Oh, that's when you're in your home, in your home instance? Oh, I've never seen, I've never seen that icon in my life. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. Oh, we have pigs here. Spring rolls. Oh, you gotta feed them. Yeah, whatever. Love that tiger. Also, every time I do old maps, I think about what we lost. Oh, core game, oh, was best content, honest just downhill. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like, while I agree with you, I also think that it's like, you know, having something like that, like, sour the enjoyment of the game for you is, you know, I'm like, it's not, like, it's not gonna change, you know what I mean? It's like either you accept it or you don't, right? Like, and I guess you've chosen not to accept it and just move on with your life, you know, which is fine too. I'm not saying that that's a bad move, but I think I'm at that point where I'm like, I just take it as it comes, you know. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my god, I can't believe this, you know. I don't know. I still have my rants and stuff, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't know what ArenaNet is thinking, and I don't think ArenaNet is ever gonna tell anyone what they're thinking. So, you know, like, and I feel like it's at the point where ArenaNet might be like, I don't know, not super truthful to the people about what's going on behind closed doors, because I did have a conversation the other day, a rant the other day about kind of that as well. What is this guy doing here? Oh, he's just a Dragon Ball guy. Hello. I'll sit with you. Toasty. I think it's been improving each expansion. Yeah, it's been improving. Really? Okay. Completely different view on my end to yours, Jacob, but that's okay. We're all different. I like the maps, or just random events, not leading up to one big thing. And that's the thing, right? Like, that's the way that I consume the game. I'm super casual, so I enjoy maps like Jantier Sentry and Lowland Shore, where just random events are happening and you can kind of go around and maybe have them like be chained events where it's like, oh, you do one event that leads to another event that leads to another event that leads to like a final event in the chain or something. But having something like Dragon Stand or you know, any of those types of maps that are all about the meta event, I still think that there is room for something like Auric Basin. Right? Like, Auric Basin, I think, is like the perfect mix of both of those types of maps. Right? Like, Auric Basin lets you explore, go around, do random events everywhere, but it also has a very substantial meta event that happens right in the center of the map that only happens so often. Right? Like, I think Auric Basin is like the perfect thing. You know, where it has a big meta event that brings a lot of people in because it's very profitable. So in that moment, a lot of people are in the map, but people are usually in the map anyways because just hanging out in the map, like, there's a lot to do in the map as is, right? And I kind of think that that's something they should do. They should do meta events that are in certain corners of the map. Like, I want to see a meta event, right, that is not map wide. I think did you hear that? I was like stuttering. I'm tired of the events that, like, the meta events that are just like this map and it's all meta event, right? Like, I want map, right? I want like a map. Let's take Lowland Shore, right? Let's take a Lowland Shore, right? And I want them like every 2 hours to have a meta event that happens like over here, right? Where you have like little events that happen around, and then you like move towards a big boss at the end or something, right? But the rest of the map is just like a map, right? Like, that has like different events and things happening. Like, you know, back in the day, like, those were the meta events. Like, back in the day, the meta events were like that. But then ArenaNet moved to like doing one or the other, and I don't understand quite why, right? Like, world bosses and stuff are self-contained to one specific corner of a map. You know, what's another like chained? It's a long chained meta. Like, you know, again, Dragon here, rest of the map not affected at all, right? Like, I don't know. I just really wish that they would like do these meta events that are just in certain corners of the map, right? Like, that's kind of what I want. With like a big reward, a big boss or whatever, you know, like the world bosses are a perfect example, you know, because you have them like in one corner, but you know, if I'm a new player and playing over here, I don't know what's going on over there. Yeah, I do see the portals on the map and stuff, and like, it's whatever, right? Like, that doesn't really, like, if I'm over here level 5, I don't really care about any of that. I can't get there, you know, but it doesn't affect me either, you know? So, so yeah, I kind of agree with that. I do like that, but I do understand for the economy, for the longevity of the game, and for the, you know, continued interest in the game, I do understand that they need to have a like big meta events with big rewards and big bosses and whatever, like flashy, you know, organizing, whatever, blah blah blah, right? So I get that. I get it on both sides, but I do prefer the smaller event chains and the non-meta maps and stuff personally. We waited years for Janthier and we got not Mersad but bears. I want the very least Mersad weapons, and Titans too, and lore were like half of the expansion, halfway through. All we know about is Titans that they just are. I mean, I get that. I do get that, right? Like the problem with that is though that I think we need to stop setting ourselves up for failure, like ourselves, right? Not set ourselves, but for disappointment rather, right? Like we should not be setting ourselves up with disappointment, right? And I'm in the same boat as you. I'm kind of the same way in that sense, right? Where like, we're going to Janthier, we're gonna find out all about the Mersad and blah 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 blah, right? And then we didn't get really much of the Mersad at all, right? We heard about that there are Mersad on the Western continent. We do know that they hang out over here, right? We know that they went past the Horn of Maguma, and they're hanging out over here. So we do know that there is something Mersad related there, right? But other than that, we didn't really get anything, right? So we're going to Bavanisos. I'm guessing it's gonna be like over here or over here. I'm guessing it's over here. That's why they probably put the name there, Janthier Kravis. So I'm guessing we're gonna get one map here and one map here. Remember, these are smaller maps. They're in the size of Lake Doric. So that's a fairly small map. It's about half the size of Lowland Shore. About half the size of Janthier Sentry. So we're gonna get one map probably here, I'm guessing. And then we're gonna get another map here. I'm guessing those are the two maps that we're getting. I don't know. Could be whatever. But yeah, so I do agree with you in a sense. I do. It's just I think we need to I think we as the player base, as the veteran player base, as the ones that enjoy the lore and the world and all the things, we kind of need to set some of these expectations aside. I think what it is that I need to learn is that the old ArenaNet doesn't really exist anymore, and I need to move away from, hey, you know, we're going to this place that was mentioned at this time, so this is gonna pop up, right? Like, you guys know that I make all these theories and 95% of them never come true, right? And it's always because I have these expectations or I have these hopes for something. And I think I need to learn to kind of like set that aside and just be like, yeah, well, you know, maybe let's just keep an open mind and just kind of accept whatever we're getting, you know? So, but I do see your point. I do see that, like, hey, we're going to Janthier, we should be learning all about the Mersad, and we really didn't learn. We learned some of the stuff on Mersad. We did learn that there was like 2 factions to the Mersad, and, you know, we learned a little bit about how, like, there was a little bit of discord between the Mersad, and there was like one group that wanted to kind of just like, you know, do the exploity stuff and do all the stuff with the Bloodstone and blah blah blah, and there was the other group that were like, nah, we don't really want to do that. So I like the maps with just random events. I think we already talked about that. I think I've seen a pattern of people just not liking the slow 3-month release cadence for expansions. So the release cadence is super interesting to me. It's something that I thought about right before I went live. It was something that, like, I kind of had this like internal like dialogue with myself where I was kind of like, it's interesting because we sit there and we, like, ArenaNet is so funny in the way that it's almost like consistently inconsistent, right? Like, it's so funny because ArenaNet will go and they will say, okay, this is our release cadence, right? And they will have, you know, they will say this, and you know, after 3 years they'll change that cadence, right? Because about like a year or two into this release cadence, this new release cadence, they start not meeting their own release cadence that they have set for themselves. This is not something that the player base has been asking for. This is arbitrarily set by them, where they're like, okay, we're gonna do releases every whatever, right? This happened during season 3. This happened during season 4. This happened during Icewind Saga, right? Where they set themselves, where they say, okay, every so many months we have a release, and then they keep that cadence. They keep that right, for like about a year to a year and a half, they're like very consistent on it, where they're like, okay, boom, on the day they release this, boom, 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 right? It's like perfectly every 3 months, perfectly every 4 months, perfectly every 2 months, whatever, right? And then they start like, I don't know if it's like it's catching up with them or something. So then they get to the point where it's like, okay, we have set our release cadence every 3 months, but we're now releasing every 4 months, right? And then it's like, okay, well, why do you set yourself a release cadence if you cannot keep up with it, right? Like, why are you promising something that you only are going to keep for so long and then you're falling behind again, right? And that's what keeps happening, right? So it's the same thing again. They said, well, we're going to do annual expansions, and then every 3 months we're going to release new content. But now they have to push it back almost a month, right? Like, what, half a month or something they're pushing it back? So it's like, okay, so you're now already like a little bit further behind what you were doing, right? And I don't see this getting better, right? Like, if you're falling behind already now, that means that 2 weeks of workload now, you're working on content that should already be done. Like, these 2 weeks that they're falling behind on, where they should, like, where technically speaking they should have already released it, they're now working still on this stuff that, you know, they're releasing, where they should be working on the new stuff already, right? So what it's gonna like, there's overlap, meaning that their workload is now gonna be like, they're gonna have to work even harder in order to meet that 3 months. I'm telling you right now, they're not gonna meet that 3 months for the third release. It's gonna be 4 months. Like, it's gonna be 4 months from the new release coming out. It's probably gonna be 4 months until we see the next release, or something like that, right? Because you kind of, if you don't keep up with this cadence, and if you can't keep that going, then you're just kind of, you're falling behind on the rest. So, and that always happens. And then they go after, like, you know, after 3 years, they're like, okay, clearly we can't keep up with the cadence, so we now have a new cadence. And then they set themselves a new cadence, and then again, they do it okay for a year or two, and then they fall behind again, right? They did, like I said, they did it during, like, most of the releases. I think it was like season 2 had that a little bit, where they were like, I think they said every 2 months they wanted to release something during season 2, and then it fell to like every 3 months. I think season 3 had the same thing, where it's like every 3 months they wanted something, and it went to like every 4 months. Season 4 was kind of like the same thing. I think it was like 3 months, and then it went to 4 months. Like, it's really funny. There's like this pattern where this happens all the time. So, I don't know. I think the problem is that, you know, people still compare, which they're not wrong in doing so, but they compare the releases of season 3 and season 4 to what we're getting now. And those releases were so much juicier, right? There was so much more lore. The maps were filled out with different things. You know, we had new legendary weapons. We had raids. We had fractals. We had, you know, strike missions, whatever, right? Like, we had all these different things that were coming out. Where to the point now, it's like Godspawn really wasn't that juicy. Like, there wasn't that much. Like, yes, we got a legendary weapon, but it was like, okay, cool, you know. And then we got Mount Balrior, which was very bare bones. I don't know how the raid is. I don't know how the raiders feel about Mount Balrior, but it didn't feel as substantial as like an actual Living World season release, right? And I was waiting, being excited for new living story, and now when patch hits, I'm like, ooh, this game still gets content, cool. And I paid for that content. I suppose that's also very different, right? Like, I guess, I don't know. I do see the point. I do see that point where it's like, you know, we're like, the releases that we're getting are much smaller now. You know, yes, the expansions are a little bit cheaper, but I feel like the content that we're getting is just so much smaller. Like, I would have felt so much better about the Godspawn release if they had like just added some events to Janthier Sentry. You know, like, this whole corner of the map is completely useless. There's no reason to even have this. And ArenaNet, again, they're consistent on certain things. Like, having an empty space on a map is so consistent with what ArenaNet does. they like, I thought about this. I thought about Southsun Cove. Southsun Cove, right? Like, obviously is such a whatever map. No one really cares about Southsun Cove anymore. But there's this one part over here, like on the side where we originally fought the ancient Karka, right? That is completely useless. There's nothing going on. There's no events. There's no people. There's nothing. There's no town. There's no merchants. There's nothing going on in there, right? Like, and it's, they consistently do this, right? Like, this is only important for the strike mission. This area right here on the map. Other than that, there's nothing there. There's no events. There's nothing. There's no merchants. There's nothing. Right? Like, it's weird how that's consistently happening. Like on some of these maps. I mean, not on every single map, but it does happen in a lot of maps where there's just certain areas that are just completely and utterly, like, there's nothing going on. Right? Like, right here, Prophet's Fall.
Good to meet you.
I don't think there's really any... Are there events that happen in Prophet's Fall? I don't think so. I mean, there's really not a lot going on this whole side of the map, really. There's events here. There's some events here. There's events here. There's events here. There's events here. I don't think there's a lot going on here. Even if there is, there's not a lot going on here. So, ArenaNet does this, where they, like, have these maps and they don't fill them. It's something that I noticed a lot. Well, obviously we know Domain of Korna has, like, nothing but empty space. Like, nothing but empty everywhere. Like, there's nothing here. No, obviously there's just this. This doesn't even exist. Nothing really in the Bayou. The Bayou itself doesn't have any... Right? Like, ArenaNet does this. They create these maps that, like, don't mean anything. It's really interesting. I want to take old events like Queensdale Bandit, destroy the pipes. Next event, you repair pipes and not gather pomegranates. I said like drizzle wood quite a bit. Oh, Rothmar is really nice with its event style, and that's something that I talk about all the time, right? Like, we talk about like what makes a good map, right? The question of what makes a good map, in my opinion, is like the content on the map, right? Like, is there variety? You know, like, does it make you do different things? Does it make you think of different things? Does it make you do different things, right? Like, is it interesting? Do you have, like, varied, like, outcomes to certain things, right? Like, you have certain chains that go different ways. That would be really nice. I would love to see chained events. I think that's something that ArenaNet should really implement, is chained events that go different ways. Where, like, let's take something. Like, let's take a random, you know, a map that doesn't exist, right? So let's say there's a map here. Let's say we go here, and it's a lowland shore style map, right? So there's just events happening everywhere. There's no meta event, right? There's just, like, things happening. But you have a chain of events that leads from, like, one side of the map to the other side of the map, okay? Technically, right? But so you meet two people here, and you have to help them journey over here, whatever. You have to escort them because there's, like, these creatures that are attacking, right? And you get to the center of the map, and then there, the players that are playing, they have to decide. They have to make a decision, okay? They have to go, and you know how, like, in like when you go to, like, Mount Balrior or something, you have to, like, press the, like, I'm ready button, and there's, like, a bar that goes down. Or when you go, like, in dungeons and you have to decide which path to take, and you have to, like, press on a certain, like, you know, which one you want to do, and the timer runs out. So the same thing happens here, and you can decide to follow the one guy that you met or the other guy, right? And that kind of chains into, like, a different thing, where you have, like, a final boss and the end of this chain that's different to what the final boss here would be, right? Like, I think that would be really cool to have, like, certain chains that kind of break off to give even more variety and like, you know, replayability and stuff like that. And don't tie achievements to it, because then again, you know, if someone comes in and they want to get to this chain, right? They want to go to the right, but they keep getting the one that's going to the left. They're gonna get frustrated, right? They're like, I'm looking forward to this achievement or whatever, but it's still like they could have like different bosses at the end of it or whatever, and then different rewards that you can get based off of that or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's something that would be really interesting. But yeah, so Grothar Valley is really interesting just because of the varied events. They're all different. All of these events are different, right? Like all of these events are different. You know, passing the flames along, then fighting the effigy. You know, here regular like escorting, fighting boss there, right? You have a racing event that happens right there. You have the concert, which is already crazy different than anything, right? Oozpid, which is like 3 separate teams, and they come together at the like having to do different things, and then come together at the end. You have the shooting range. You have the cooking thing. You have the derby. You have the melting thing where you have to like throw stuff in the forge, right? You have the escorting the children through the thing over here. You have the defending the fields over here from the people. You have defeating the one guy that's hanging out over here, right? Like these are all so different from each other. They're so different, which makes this map one of the best maps that ArenaNet has ever released. But it's not because of what it looks like. It's a beautiful map, mind you. It's beautiful, but I don't think it's standout beautiful where you're like, oh my god, this is so nice, right? But I think it's just the content within it that makes it so good, you know? Drizzlewood is great. Drizzlewood is great for just what it does, right? What does Emily say? Isn't bad. I don't really like the separation of north and south. I don't like that either. I do agree with that as well. I hated that they should have made this 2 maps. In my opinion, this should have been 2 maps. Honestly, like I think this should have been 2 maps. And again, I don't know why I'm stuttering today, but this should have been 2 maps. Honestly, I think having the north and the north and south is very different from each other, right? Where like south is moving along and doing a chain of events where it's like, okay, we got to take this, then we got to defend this, different things happen. Again, variety is great. South is awesome. I love doing south because you have variety, right? You have like destroying cannons, killing spies and getting their like encrypted messages, finding mines, killing enemy groups, defending the thing, killing a boss, you know, on top of the regular chain events that lead to killing the bosses in the thing and taking it over, right? And then they finish it all off with like this really cool like chain, like, you know, where they come together and they have a final boss. Like I think the south side of this is designed really well. This is kind of boring to me because it's kind of like, okay, go from one like we fight enemies here, and then 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 we go in and we go through all the thing, and then we, you know, keep defeating enemies. There's no variety. It's just like killing enemies, which I guess, you know, I understand we're at war, but having these be chained together to each other is dumb. This should be divided. This should be Drizzlewood Coast North and Drizzlewood Coast South. Like honestly, could get Masad for the next story dump. Who knows? I think we're gonna get some. I think we're gonna get some Rasad story. I think we're going to Baba Niso's. You know, that's been hinted at very much, like a lot, right? Like the last few missives that we've seen talk about Baba Niso's. You know, and they even like. I think somewhere. Isn't they somewhere like? Isn't there a point of interest that talks about? Maybe not. Maybe I'm misremembering. But there's something where they talk about like. Going to Baba Niso's, right? So I think going to Baba Niso's is going to be the next step. And I think being an old Mersat city, I think we're going to see some kind of Mersat stuff. Or White Mantle even. Because remember, there's still the group that Confessor, what's his face? Oh my god. Codicus, right? Confessor Codicus left behind a group like right over here. I think I want to say he split up with them, right? He did this journey. He was trying to find the Baba Niso's. He was trying to go to Baba Niso's, to try to find its secrets to take over Kryta. But then they called him. This is right as Season 3 is happening, and they're attacking Divinity's Reach, and they're calling for him to come back to help them out. So he leaves, but he still has White Mantle that he had, like the group of White Mantle that he had given the mission of, hey, find Baba Nisos. That is your mission. You have to go there, right? And we don't know what happened. We know that the shield around Baba Nisos went down when Oreen ascended to, like, you know, become mother, like when Suwan died, right? And like all of the turmoil, the magic of the world was going crazy or whatever. We know that the shield in Baba Nisos went down. So they, you know, maybe they were camping right out front and they were like, okay, we found it, but we can't get in. But from what we heard, Codicus is dead and the White Mantle have scattered, you know, to the wind, and they're kind of like, we don't have a leadership anymore. And they're just kind of hanging out here, and they're like, okay, what do we do? And then all of a sudden, you know, years later, like they're hanging out for years because they don't really know what to do. Maybe they're like trying to convert more people. Like maybe they're hanging out here. Maybe they're trying to like build up camps, build up their strength. Maybe many of the surviving White Mantle are fleeing here, right? Maybe they know that there's stuff going on here, right? Like they heard about like the village and stuff out here. What was the name of the village? Gavril, the village of Gavril, right? So maybe they're fleeing here and they're kind of bolstering whatever remnant White Mantle they have. And then all of a sudden, years later, the shield goes down and they're like, oh, hell, we can get into the city, right? So there might be White Mantle in the city. We might actually see them there. So I don't know, but I think we're going to get some Rasad. Is it dumping dragons? We get those amazing stories that dragons only hold them. Nick wouldn't tell us because of dragons. I see what you're saying, right? I get that. I get where you're talking about, like, you know, the dragons, like the whole idea of like, oh, we were held down by the dragon story, but now the dragons are gone, so now we can tell these amazing stories. But then the last two expansions have been kind of mid and not been really that exciting. Has been a little bit of a disappointment, so I get that. Season 4 was peak. I love the story now, but I can't help but remember when Season 4 ended. I felt like the game could have ended with that season and move on to go to Season. I'm glad it continued though. I really let go of my characters. So it's funny that you say that because that was the original intent of Season 4, and I don't know if you know this. I'm sure there's people that don't know this, but Season 4, the end of Season 4, was actually designed to be. They designed it in a way that they could say if there was nothing coming after Guild Wars 3 Living World Season 4, or after Guild Wars 2 Living World Season 4, that they had a conclusive story where, like, you know, that's the end, right? Like that's the end of whatever, right? Like they kind of they had it designed that way because I guess there was some kind of internal scare that there wouldn't be a continuation, or maybe they had been, we know that they had been working on other projects, right? Like we know that they were working on like 3 big projects, which probably at that time had really taken off past the stage of like just concept, right? Where people were actually like actively working on some of these projects. And maybe internally at ArenaNet, there was like discussion of maybe like not continuing Guild Wars 2 and like really jumping on board with like doing Guild Wars 3 and doing the mobile game and doing these other things that they were working on at the time, only to then go to Iceberg Saga and have everything be destroyed, right? And because, you know, NCSoft canceled all the projects and, you know, 130 people got fired and they were like, oh, I guess we're going to be sticking with Guild Wars 2, right? So, oh yeah, my warrior, I mean Spellbreaker now, just like you. What are your thoughts on the changes to meditation skill, Imminent Threat? Not bad. I don't know if it's that significant. The change, so what was the, I remember thinking the change wasn't that significant, but I'm trying to remember exactly what, I gotta go on the wiki, I don't know why I didn't put wiki. I don't know exactly what the change was. Let me read what the change was. Warriors always at the very bottom. Imminent Threat. Now grants barrier. Yeah, so that's kind of, I mean, whatever, right? Like, that might be interesting for PvP. It doesn't. I only really play PvE, and this is not gonna affect PvE at all because I don't think that. I don't know. I don't see like PvP. This could be interesting. PvE, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's really gonna be like interesting. I like the change to natural healing. In a way, maybe that's gonna make it a little bit less, a little bit more competitive. Depends on what the percentage of healing is that we're getting. But yeah, so I'm excited for the dual wielding change for sure. That's like the biggest one that I'm happy about. So, new campfire chair after 10 keys. Congrats. Oh, I guess I still have that on. Let's turn that all off. I was like, I didn't know you guys could see that. There we go. Campfire chair, yeah. So that's exciting. I don't know. Chairs never really interest me that much. I have like 6, 7 of them. I never use them. It's part of the like stuff that I don't really engage with. You know, same with like my home instance. Like I don't do anything with it. It just sits there. Done anything with it. I usually finished the newest story and did the convergence. I've enjoyed. Didn't fully understand the story or pay attention to it, but I like the content. Only thing I missed out on is the achievement for not being down by Decima and Aura because I was careless. Yeah, I'm missing. The only one I'm missing is the Decima. Not getting downed is literally the only one in the story that I'm missing, which was really funny. It's the only one, the Decima one, and then I could get this relic right here, which is the Steam Shrieker one. You know, it's interesting because, as you guys know, I do like to use water elementalists, so I feel like there's some kind of build where I could, you know, a damage build with water, like a water damage build, that where this relic could really work out. I think it's interesting. I feel like the Godspawn achievements were definitely fewer and easier. I would have liked more. I mean, they were really lackluster. Like, I straight up think that they were incredibly... Oh, guys, I'm so close to getting my Radiant back piece. Yeah, I think the achievements were really lackluster. I mean, they were, like, if you compare them even size-wise, like, they want you to complete... There's 15 achievements. If you go back to... Janthir Act 1 had 24, 20... Midnight King had 16, so also not very good. 12, also not good. 6, yeah, I mean, you know, well, plus the 3, I mean, they only need you to complete that, but you see what I'm saying, right? Like, these are the story achievements. But then we also have the map achievements, right? Which we didn't get any new ones, right? But like, look at all these achievements. There's so many for Janthia Wilds, right? Then there's convergences, there's repeatable stuff, side stories that we had, which I thought were great. The side stories were awesome. Renowned Hearts, I haven't finished those yet, but there was just like a plethora of them, right? Because you had the map specific ones, and then you had the ones that were in the story, right? So there was just like so many of them to do, you know. But then Godspawn only got the 15, and that's it, which was very just like, you know, I don't know. It felt very lackluster. There wasn't a lot of skins that you got from this. Secrets of the Obscure too, like Secrets of the Obscure had Inner Nyos stuff, and there wasn't a lot in Inner Nyos. But look at this. So this was the first release. So mind you, okay, so just compare it to Secrets of the Obscure, okay? So for and to kind of just, because this is such a mess, this whole achievement panel is such a mess, so people don't really know. So let's just look at Secrets of the Obscure, okay, had the main thing here where there was 3 acts, okay, and we had 8, or you needed to do 8, right? There was 9 altogether. What is this? 11 and 8, right? So that's not a lot of achievements, but that's for Secrets of the Obscure, just a story. Okay, then you go in and you have the actual Secrets of the Obscure. You have the maps where you have you have Skywatch Archipelago, which there is, you only have to do 22 of them, but there's a lot more of them. So there's what, like 30 of them? That's a lot, right? Horn of Maguma in general, there's all of these to do, which that's like another 20 or something, right? Then you have Omnitas, which again, you only need to do 14, but it has about 30 or so. Then the Wizard's Tower itself has all of these achievements. I mean, you can already see how many achievements there are, right? So that's just for the core of Secrets of the Obscure. That's fantastic. There was a lot to do. I remember when Secrets of the Obscure initially came out, there was a lot to do, right? Then we go into, these are the 3 releases: Through the Veil, The Realm of Dreams, and The Midnight King. These are the releases that came out post, right? These were the post, these were between Secrets of the Obscure and Janthia Wilds, right? These are the updates, the patches in between, the 3 patches in between, okay? So you have 9 here, you have, did I count that right? 9, and then you have, what, 12 here, and you have 6, more than 16. This looks like 20, right? Whatever, let's just say 20, right? So there's already a lot. But then you go in, and then you go into Secrets of the Obscure, and you have Inner Nyos, you have all of these still, right? The Hator's Territory is the first one, and then the second part, right? Like each part of the map had achievements. There's 21 that you had to do, but there's a bunch of them, like at least 9. So there's another 30 right here, and there's another 30, 35 here at the very last part, right? So that's a ton of achievements. Like all of these achievements for Secrets of the Obscure, that's a ton. If you count all of these achievements, like these are the regular achievements and the story achievements, there's a ton. Do the same thing for Janthia Wilds, right? So the story had okay amounts, right? The main story, but there's only 2. Before, like, Secrets of the Obscure had 3 acts. Janthia Wilds only has 2 acts. So it's already 1 less act, even though these have less amounts. So they're about the same in amounts of achievements, okay? But then you go down here, and you go into Janthia Wilds, and you have Lowland and Sentry, which, yes, they kind of keep going with this, right? Seems to be on par with what they did for Secrets of the Obscure, where there's still plenty, like there's 1 general, there's 1 side story, which is actually new, that's not what happened in Secrets of the Obscure, but then they had each one, like 1 for each map, which with a lot of them that you could do, right? So that's cool. But then you go to, like, if you just compare it to Through the Veil had 6 here, and we do Godspawn, which has 15, right? But then you're missing out on the map one, and that's the main point that I'm trying to make, is like Inner Nyos, Hator's Territory, which was the first one, had 13 achievements that you could do yourself, which those are missing. You have the Convergence ones, but those are just, that's not really like, that's different, right? Convergences are different. I feel like that's almost like saying a fractal achievement counts towards this release, but it's really not. Like, we're talking about specific map and the content in the maps, right? And like, you're kind of missing that because we did not get a new map. So Godspawn was much smaller in scope. I feel like there wasn't as much happening. So yeah, anyways, that's kind of the point I was trying to make. I don't know if I made a good point, but there you go. Tends to be the case with most story achievements these days. I feel like I get most of them without even trying. I literally switched to using Imminent Threat before the balance patch reboot just because it helped activate my CC damage. I mean, I guess so, right? That does help because it does CC, it does a hard CC taunt, and it gives you resolution, so it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's good. I mean, it's an okay skill. I don't know if I really like it that much, so I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, but I didn't feel that in Secrets of Seals in general, but yeah.
Curious about Dragon Ball? Talk to me.
I don't know. Secrets of the Obscure had like a lot of achievements. That is definitely one thing that they did have, I feel like. And I feel like that's what we're missing right now. Like ArenaNet needs to understand that their achievements is what keeps people going for the 3 months, right? It's not the story that keeps people going, but it's the achievements. Like, your story is already lackluster-ish. It's not the greatest. We've seen better story. We've seen more richer story, deeper, interesting characters, you know, longer stories, more involved, you know, just emotionally better stories. I feel like in certain instances, I'm not saying all the time, but I'm saying like we've seen those, right? So your story's already like kind of, because it's also really short. Like, I feel like the story is really short right now. Like, it's just, it keeps cutting off right as it gets good every time, and I'm like, oh man. But then I think Arena needs to learn, like, achievements is what keeps people going. Like, you need to come up with like a plethora of achievements to keep people going. That's what kept me going during season 2 specifically. Season 2 had so many that you could do, right? Like, when you went in, and many of these were very hard to get, right? And I'm not saying that there were a lot of them, but many of them were very hard to. I still have yet to get a lot of them, right? Like, but they kept you going because you wanted to try it, right? Like, maybe we need something with a little bit of challenge in there. Heart of Thorns had so many achievements too. And that's not even talking about, again, they have their own sections. You also have a map section where you go in and you have specific maps. I hate that. This whole achievement panel is such a mess. Such a mess. Like, why are Heart of Thorns, like, I don't know. This whole achievement panel is such a mess. It gives me anxiety every time I read any of it. It's so bad. Like, I look at it, I'm like, why is it all split up? Like, why can't I look at Heart of Thorns and see my story achievements and the achievements for the maps? Why is it in 2 completely separate locations? And I have no way of enlarging this window. So I have to scroll down for like 20 minutes to find the thing I'm looking for. It's so bad. ArenaNet. Why? Don't make me cry. Okay, anyways. Having Barrier as a range DPS and my dagger pistol, I think Barrier always helps survive. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I use double dagger, so I always have Barrier available anyways, mostly. Like, I get pretty decent Barrier from this. So, but I do see your point, because you don't get much Barrier through Spear. I love the lily pad chair where you sit. Yes, that's a great chair. With Condi Yellow Pistol, you can blast the pistol ice field bullet and add more burn to your burns. Happy reset. Cliffhanger. I agree though, all the extra achievements definitely keep me engaged. The panels need a hardcore. I mean, they really do, right? Like, so, yeah, so the achievements, they need to really come up with a way to make achievements count. Like, really make them count. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. Achievements are kind of your lifeline. They need to look at the achievement panel. They need to rework the whole achievement panel, because I hate how this right here is like the main thing on the achievement panel. Like, this is wild. Like, I get the recently completed, like, oh yeah, you want to look at what you recently completed, but why can't this part be like on the side over here, right? And then like unlocked rewards. I mean, this is so stupid. Like, let me just do what you do with the legendary. Like, add this to the wardrobe. Add this to the, like, you know, there's skins in game that cost me nothing because I have legendary gear, right? I don't have it on any of the stuff, right? Because I have legendary gear, this doesn't cost me anything to change, right? So what they should do is they should have this specific skin cost me nothing automatically, right? So like when I go in here and I want to change it to the Radiant Van Braces,
Yes.
it doesn't cost me anything anyways. Why is it there then? Wait, that already doesn't cost me anything? So why is it in the achievement panel to be withdrawn? That is so redundant. Why is that there? Why is this here? This doesn't cost me anything to do anyways. I totally forgot. This is completely useless. Why is it there? I get this. I suppose I get this, but it doesn't need to be the main attraction. You know? And then it's just, all of this is such a mess. The categories are such a mess. It's not all a mess. It all needs to be redone. I'm not, you know, I don't know what it takes to design any of that, and I don't think I have what it takes to make that happen, but even I could make something better than that. Drives me crazy. It gives me anxiety every time I look at it. Yeah, bestiary. The wiki has a really cool bestiary page, but we should have that in game for sure. All right, let's actually do some gaming here. That's what we're here for, anyways. Oh my god, I don't even know the routes for any of these. I'm losing precious time right now. All right, I'm going this way. But yeah, anyways, so obviously, like I said, they could do those reworks. They could do some of this really interesting, like, quality of life stuff if they were to do an expansion that just revolves around CORSAIR. And like I said, it is a video that I'm still gonna be making, where I'm gonna be talking about a CORSAIR expansion, a return to CORSAIR expansion, that, you know, would just, you know, stuff that you need to do, like upkeep in a game like an MMO, like an ever-evolving game, is a must. You must do quality of life changes and just clean up every so often in all of your systems. But so many systems have just, like, fallen to the wayside for ArenaNet. It's wild. It's wild to me, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know what it takes to make a game. Again, I'm just throwing out suggestions for ArenaNet, whether they listen or not. As for me, you know, Baba Nisos, like I said, I would like to see outer Baba Nisos. Like, I want to see a meta event that's just kind of contained to the center of the map, kind of like Auric Basin. I want to see an Auric Basin map. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see a map in Baba Nisos, like the Baba Nisos map, to be kind of like that. You know, I think that would be really cool. Where we have, like, a meta event that happens, like, in the middle, where you can get really good rewards, but the rest of the map, you have still interesting events that you want to go, interesting achievements to do, secrets to find. You know, I want to have more books. Like, Godspawn didn't even have any books, and then the few books that they added were just letters from people saying that they couldn't come to the festivities. It's like, really? That's all we got? Is people saying that they can't come to the festivities? Like, that's so stupid. And then the very last one was the one that was interesting. That's it. Wait, what am I missing? What did I miss? Oh my god, I missed one. I flew right by it. I gotta reset. Holy crap. Wow. I'm so bad at this. Why am I so bad at this? Right, no, I just don't watch and learn. We're gonna reset. We're gonna watch and learn now. Alright, let's redo that. That was bad. That was bad. I'll read that in just a second, you guys. Sorry. I'm trying to do some kind of gameplay. I don't want to just sit here and rant for 5 hours. While I could do that, you guys know me. I could sit here and rant for 5 hours. But anyways, so I have not... I did have off today, but I did not work on my... my regional lore video series. But I do plan on having that done next week. So just so you guys know... Probably by the end of next week, I'm hoping, if I could get it done. I will have a new series coming onto the channel, you guys, and it's all about CORSAIR. It's all about CORSAIR. Super exciting. I'm very excited for it. It's aimed towards newer people that don't know much about the lore, people that don't know much about, like, you know, the people that maybe played through the game, but they didn't know anything about anything that happened, and they didn't understand what any of anything meant. This is the one I missed. That's what it's aimed towards. Aimed towards those people that don't know anything about anything that's going on, and that are wanting to maybe know a little bit about it. It's very comprehensive. It's short videos. They're anywhere from, like, I think the shortest video is 6 minutes, and I think the longest video is like 15 minutes or something. There's going to be 9 of them, and they are very, like, there's a lot of info packed, like, into those few minutes. There's a lot. Like, it's an like, you got to be ready. You got to be, like, put your hat on, you know, your thinking cap on, and you're, like, you know, your reading glasses or whatever you need to, like, see stuff on screen, and, like, you need to pay attention. Like, that's what those videos are. They're like, let me give you 15 minutes of teaching you about this one region, go. And you're like, oh my god. Yeah, so that's what that's gonna be. I don't know how well people are gonna like it, but I love it. I think it's great. I'm having a really good time with making them. And I added my own, so you guys, some of you guys really like when I add my own twist to certain things. I've added my own little twist. Just minor, nothing major, but I've added my own little twist in there as well. I don't want to do that. Alright, let me read this. 300 AP away from 25,000. Awesome. I wish Ranger Pits could grow. Yes, I know. You know, they did that in Guild Wars 1. They don't do it in Guild Wars 2. I don't understand why. I agree with you. I really think that we should have, like, that's the thing that drives me nuts too, is like when you tame the pets, they're called juvenile. That kind of tells me, like, there's growth to be done. Like, why else would you call them juvenile, right? Like, if you're not looking to have them become, like, elder whatever, right? Like, I would love to have an elder tiger pet or something, you know? In Guild Wars 1, they were also different. Like, you had to level them up separately, which I would love for them to do. I don't want my pet to always be the level that I'm at. I want my pet to be its own level, and it has to level separately. And then based on, in Guild Wars 1, based on how much damage it did versus how much damage it received, it would grow into different things. But it wasn't to the point where, like, it was substantially different, where, like, the DPS was, like, a huge difference number, you know? But it was, like, a little bit different, right? You would get, like, a little bit more damage if it did more damage than you did to the enemy. And it would, and if it's the other way around, like, where you kept doing more damage than it would grow to be more tanky and just, like, have a little bit more health. And I would love to kind of see a little bit of that, right? It gives a little bit of identity to each of the pets, right? Because now we have the ability of saving the pet names and stuff. So we already have that. But the thing is, there's nothing that actually makes it, like, a pet tamer, right? There's nothing about, like, you're not like, beast mastery as a trade line is a joke because you're not mastering the beast. You literally are like, you're my partner, boom, done. That's all you do with it. And then you maybe give it a name. But I would like to see some, you know, having it level up. I want every juvenile to be level 5. Every juvenile should be level 5. Okay? So from that point on, you then have to level it to level 80. So if you really want that to be your pet, you have to level it to level 80. I think that would be great. I would love that a lot. Bavani says, I'm looking forward to a new pet, a new pet. Haven't had a new one since the little Warclaw. Can't wait for the next expansion after Gen Theo to see what they've give us set. I don't think so. Let's talk a little bit about post Baba Nisos. So we're going to Baba Nisos, and then we have one more map that we're going to, which is probably going to be like other Baba Nisos, or maybe something like that, right? Like how like my question is, would we like to see, so I've seen this, and I'm gonna kind of pose this question to you guys. Would you guys rather see an elite specialization with no new weapon, or seeing a okay, three questions. an elite specialization with no new weapon, a new weapon of something that already exists, whether it's an underwater weapon or a weapon that you don't already use, right? Like warrior doesn't use short bow, for example, right? Like something like that. You know, maybe do 4. We'll do 4. I'll do poll. How about I do poll? You know what? I'll do poll. Let's do it. I'm gonna do poll. I want to see what you guys think. So let's do poll. So, what would you like to see? I guess I don't know if I could really word it that way. So, new elite spec. No new weapon. Another underwater new weapon. That is different. Oops. Oh my god. Is that too many? That's too many. Okay, I guess I'll call it class. And then the last option is seen. Okay, so that's the poll. I want to see what you guys think. If they change, we get animal coral in our homestead. Coral? I don't know what an animal coral is. With the way they do release cadence, they could give us elite specialization with no weapon, then give us a new weapon 6 months later. They wouldn't do that. That's too much work for ArenaNet right now. They would never be able to do that. It's one or the other. I'm telling you guys right now. If they do it the way Genty, where everyone gets the same weapon. Okay, maybe they could do it that way. I mean, maybe they could do it that way. I really do think that it's only gonna be so. We're between right now. We're between brand new weapons or a new weapon that is different to the class. So no, so we don't want to see underwater weapon that comes on land. So my hope is I would like to see underwater. I would like to see a Trident come on land. I don't think that the current ArenaNet of this day and age has the capability of doing both an elite specialization and a weapon. There's no way. The ArenaNet of that used to do that doesn't exist anymore. You guys got to think of the content that we have been seeing, the things that they have been giving us, that is not feasible for them to do. From what it looks like, that is not feasible to do for them. So basically a zoo. Oh, that would be really cool. Like a menagerie. They had a menagerie in Guild Wars 1. And it was really cool because you could like drop off. You could only drop off your pet if it was level 20. So you had to fully level it up. You had to go to the person and you had to say, take my pet. And then you could see those pets hanging out in the menagerie. I want that. That would be great. I love that. Would pair very well with the bestiary update. Yeah, but it's the problem with that is that you're looking at specifically just Ranger. What's the benefit for other people? Adding a menagerie like that of animals. What's the point for other classes? Right? ArenaNet always tries to be so fair to everyone. Everyone needs to get something. We can't just give one thing to one person because if we do that, oh my god, so someone needs to get like people are gonna have a fit if we get a menagerie and there's nothing and a bestiary update and there's nothing for anyone else. Like in a way, you know? I don't know. I'm trying to be like I'm playing devil's advocate here. So I don't think ArenaNet has the capability of doing both a weapon and an elite specialization. I think even if they do like let's say they do an elite specialization for every profession and they bring like the Trident on land for everyone, I don't think they have the capability of doing that. I think they're already struggling with just adding a weapon. And this time around, they added one weapon for every profession. It's the same one. And they're still struggling with it. They're still struggling with like, I don't know if they're struggling with it, but I think that is the max of what they can do, because I think the spear implementation was really good. I think for the most part, the spear skills looked really good. They felt very impactful. They changed up some of the meta. They created, you know, a lot of hype. Like, I think they did exactly what they needed to. I don't think they failed with the spears, but I think that's the max they can do. I think they really maxed out on, like, this is what we can do. We can do one weapon, right? But, like, I would love to see... I don't want to see another elite specialization. I don't think that ArenaNet right now is in the right position to make a good set of elite specializations. I don't want to see that, because my thing is, and again, we go back to what we talked about earlier. Remember, setting expectations and not setting yourself up for a disappointment. Because if I set myself up as like, hey, let's do a new set of elite specializations, blah blah blah, all this stuff, I know in my heart that I would be disappointed. Like, if ArenaNet were to say, we're doing an expansion and you guys have been asked for elite specializations, we're going to do a set, I know I will be disappointed. I know I will be disappointed, because I don't think the ArenaNet of today has the capabilities of making it happen. And I'm not trying to shit talk them, but I'm saying it's a matter of knowing what you can do and what you can't do. And I think ArenaNet understands that they cannot do another set of elite specializations because the balance is already shit. The balance is already like, I don't, you know, they're still all over the place with all these classes for the majority, right? Where like everyone is playing Condi Virtuoso right now because, you know, balance is all over the place, right? They're moving into the right direction, right? Where we're getting rid of Boon Ball. Condi Virtuoso is getting some nerfs and stuff like that. So there's like certain things, they're moving in the right direction, I want to say. But there's still many weapons that are irrelevant to the game of Guild Wars 2, like Engineer Pistol, Necromancer Staff, Elementalist Staff, which Elementalist Staff not so much, but you know, still. Guardian Pistol, I don't think is really like, when that was implemented, wasn't really like eh. You know, Elementalist Focus, you know, we talk about Freezing Gust. Like, I need to create something for Freezing Gust, and I don't know if you guys have like an idea of what I could do for Freezing Gust. I want to have something where I could like show it on screen, something like Freezing Gust. Like, I want to create a countdown or like a count up of of the changes that Freezing Gust. I'm just gonna show you guys Freezing Gust. It is always my main talking point. It's Freezing Gust, which is, just so you guys know, Freezing Gust, and I'm gonna show it right here. So Freezing Gust, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because it's really small on your guys' screen. So, but anyway, so Freezing Gust is the focus 4 on the water magic, right? It does 83 damage, which is abysmal. It does 3 seconds of chill. It's a 25-second cooldown, right? You can reduce that cooldown with some of the traits in the water specs, right? And it has a 900 range. That's all the skill does. It's probably one of the most useless skills in the entire game of Guild Wars 2. And then it has seen no changes. None. Like, it's seen one change in 2030. I don't want to race. I'm just gonna stand here, but that's what I'm saying. Like, ArenaNet already, and it's really funny. There's a bug that shows a 5.56% higher damage than the actual amount. So these 83 is not even correct. You gotta take 5.56% or whatever that was away from the 83, because that is incorrect. So it does even less damage than what it actually says it does. And it's been like this. You know, the aftercast was reduced by 30.35 seconds in 2013, and that's it. Right? So, like, it's really funny to me that, you know, I don't want ArenaNet to add all these different things, because you have things that you could make good. It's not always about introducing new things. Sometimes it's about maybe making an existing thing really good. Like, Necromancer staff. Like, you know, look at the Necromancer staff skills. Right? Like, I'm not gonna do all that. But anyways, so Freezing Gust. Right? Like, I want to have... Okay, Google. How many days has it been since June 25th, 2013? It's been 4,000 days. 4,236 days since this skill has seen an update. And this is a core skill of Guild Wars 2. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, I'm the point that I'm trying to make. Like, the point that I'm trying to make... Oh, we don't have any chat on screen. I just realized that I didn't reactivate the chat last time. Fine. I'll reactivate it now. Doesn't matter. Not like it really matters. But yeah, anyways. So, I don't think that we need to see new weapons necessarily. We don't need to see new elite specializations. I really just think Rinnet, and that's where I kind of go back to, like, what would be some of the features for, like, a return to Tyria expansion. Like, one of the things would be to, like, look at one weapon for each profession and redoing it. Or at least, you know, not completely redoing it, but doing, like, you know, we can leave this skill, but we change it a little bit, but then we replace this skill with another skill, right? You don't have to, like, replace all of the skills and do all new art and new animation, but kind of update it here and there, right? Like, I think that's what I would like to see. So its base damage is actually something like 78. Pretty much, yeah. That's exactly what it is. 78. Right? Like, look at the base damage here. On my auto attack on my daggers. 596. I mean, that's insane. The difference there, right? Like, it's so bad. So I don't know. I just think, like, when we look at something like that, it's like, I get that we always want to have new shiny things and we get bored and blah 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 blah. But if they present it in a way that makes it feel new, I feel like I think people would be okay with it, right? Like, if you give Focus a competitive option for PvE, PvP, and World vs. World because of the way that you create the skills and you make them really interesting and really fun and whatever, then it'd be fine, right? Like, Revenant Hammer, yeah, I hate Revenant Hammer. I think it's a dumb weapon. I've tried to like it so much. I've tried to sit there and tried. It's not a good skill. It's not a good weapon, I don't think. It doesn't, like, as soon as other options become available, people have used other options on Revenant. You know what I mean? As soon as you could use short bow, everyone uses short bow because short bow just does is so much better. It's so much better. You know what I mean? Now spear has seen so much use because it's like, it's so much better. You know? So here's Navan. Kunavang is here, guys. We have an actual salt spray dragon in Divinity's Reach. Just to wrap your mind around that. We have a salt spray dragon from a long time ago sitting in Divinity's Reach. This is a monumental moment, just so everyone understands. Apparently, Rinina doesn't want to make a big deal out of it, but I'm going to, so. May good fortune grace you. Empress Ian has asked me to observe Kryta's celebration of the new year. Empress Ian still hasn't been here, though. Oh, actually, that's wrong. Didn't she show up? She showed up for... Didn't she show up for the... For Janthia Wilds in I don't think she was in Kryta, but she was in Kryta, but she was in Lion's Heart, I think, right? Has asked me to the New Year's over. The festival was brought to Kryta from Cantha originally, right? Yes, Cantha has long regarded the turn of the year as a time for celebration and introspection. It is one of my favorite festivals alongside the Dragon Festival. Are there differences between Lunar Year celebration and Canthas? The traditions here have been maintained well over the years of separation. Cantha celebrates with feasts and offerings to the Celestials, as well as a number of displays of artistry and sport. Okay. Other things in the Imperial Court. In a word, busy with Cantha's borders reopening, there's a rush of diplomatic and trade matters to negotiate. I'm sorry to decline your friend's invitation to join the Red Duck Tea House. I see, perhaps you can enjoy... Okay, whatever. The Dragon Festival? Yeah, the Dragon Festival is a summer celebration of the Canthan Dragon Empire. In older times, the celestial dragons were said to protect it. I've heard of a similar summer event in these lands. Yes, it's called Dragon Bash, where we bash the dragon. It's so much more brutal on better.
Greetings.
You know, while I think having another hammer that's melee, I kind of agree with it. Unless they can find a way to make it... The problem is that the hammer on Revenant is so slow. It's so slow. Right? To the fast-paced combat that Guild Wars 2 is, where everything, you're firing all these things and all these things are happening. First of all, you're already limited as a Revenant with the amount of utility skills you can use because you're set in the legends that you're in, right? So that kind of already slows your gameplay a little bit. You also have the restriction of, you know, I don't have a restriction of using any of these skills. I can press these buttons all I want and I'm totally okay with doing that, right? I have no energy management, right? So you have already two restrictions on Revenant where it's energy management, right, on all your skills and your utility skills based off of what your legend is, right? So you already have a couple of restrictions on what you can do with the Revenant, which is one of the things that I don't like about the Revenant. But then you add in this really slow weapon that's like, you know, it's just not, I don't know. This doesn't feel good, in my opinion. All right, we've talked to Navan. Let's do some stuff. I want to do this. Let's do Celestial Challenge. But yeah, anyways, so I don't know. I would like to see some reworks on weapons for sure, right? Like reworks on some weapons. It's definitely something that there's a hello Celestial Challenge. So I would like to see some reworks on weapons. I think we don't need to see new weapons. We don't need to see elite specializations. And I think, in a way, as well. Where do I bring these? Oh, I bring these. Whee! Whee! Kind of forgot how all of these go. How all of these challenges go. But I think there's something like it would give the balance team a chance. Like the problem is, I think. So balance, right? Let's talk about balance. So I talked about it day before yesterday. So I think balance doesn't really see, there's not these significant changes, right? But I also think that maybe doing significant changes all at once is not the right idea. I think the right idea is to do gradual changes. To do gradual changes towards a set goal. What are we doing? Oh. Chickens! Chickens everywhere. Yo, chicken. Stop. Hello? Oh no.
For great justice.
I guess we just... Okay.
For great justice.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that it necessarily, like, if you know how to play a Revenant really well, then you don't you don't really have any problems with energy management. But I mean, it's always something that you have to keep like, it's always something that's on your mind, right? It's always something you have to keep in the back of your mind, because you can't just willy-nilly press all of the buttons. Because if you do that, I can guarantee you that you will run out of energy real quick. You have to think about everything that you use. But then you have the slow hammer that really just makes it feel just, I don't know, it just adds this like, ugh, to it, right? Where it's just like, oh my god, now I have the slowest hammer that's just really stupid or whatever, you know? I don't know. Maybe it's just me that doesn't really fully understand Revenant in a way. Like, I'm not a good Revenant player or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I just think that there's definitely some precedence to the idea of them not doing a super comprehensive, like, my god, look at that person over there. Jesus. What are they? Oh, they're mechanized. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that worked. Oh, hello. But yeah, so for the next, for the next expansion, like, I don't think it's gonna be what like I want it to be a not new place, right? Like I don't think it's gonna be a return to Tyria. I think they're setting up something else. But I also think that, oh my god, really? That just happened? Okay.
Refreshing. For great justice.
Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I have a set of skills, or I have one skill to use.
For great justice.
Whee! Whee! Wish I had alacrity. Whee! Oh, there's a bunch of them here. Alright, we'll just wait. It's probably not optimal to do it this way, but I don't really care.
Strong.
It's like attacking it, I don't do enough damage. Really? I think Guardian Hammer is great. I think Guardian Hammer is really, really good. Like, just because it does so much with just the auto attack. Like, it's crazy. And the thing also is that, like, I don't know, it just does a lot. Like, if you, I have a Guardian that is like, they use a hammer, and it's really, really powerful. It's really, really strong. I don't think it needs a speed increase. There's something to be said about a hammer, right? The thing is, with a melee hammer, you want it to feel impactful, right? So you want those heavy, big swings, right? But the problem is when you do a long range is kind of stupid. Because,
My dust.
is it this? It's this way. And we have the speed thing. Okay, got it.
For great justice. Refreshing.
Long range is just stupid because long range you don't really feel the impact of it as you like throw the hammer. Like it has a different feel to it, right? When you do long range, it feels great to just kind of be doing. Oh, I was supposed to keep pressing the button. Got it. Yeah, understand now. Okay, wow, great, really? I was like 2 seconds of that event. So I think Guardian Hammer is fine the way that it is. It does plenty of stuff. So I'm gonna open this chest. Can I open this chest? Hey. All right, how many extra chests? 5 chests? Is that? Yeah, I'll put 5 chests. All right, I'm gonna keep doing this. This is like the best. The best. All right, I got 2 big keys. Oh, I have 1 in my bank. Oh well. Lantern.
Refreshing.
Ooh, lantern weapons, you guys. And I get these keys that can be used. Found just Grants to purchase additional discounted lucky. Oh, got it. Oops. I understand. So I can sell these, right? What do these sell for? Okay, I could make some money off of that. What do these? Oh, these don't sell? These are okay. Got it. Can't sell those, so I'm just gonna open. I know that I should be doing that with a lot of magic find, but I can't be bothered to do all that extra work. What is
You
this?
can never have too much treasure.
More envelopes. More boxes and envelopes and things. When I first played Ghost and had a long-range greatsword of Mesmer, I was like, "What the hell is this?" But I love the animations. I think that's really cool because it's something that, like, Mesmer being able to use swords and greatswords and stuff. Like, I think it's really cool. There's something very unique about that. The way that they use them is really cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that. Ooh, we're starting with the race. So, I don't know. Oh. Wow, this lady is like barely dressed over here. Oh my god, oh my god. I'm not good at this, I'll tell you guys. Thieves definitely have the advantage here. They can teleport. Look at how quick she is. Holy crap. If I had a sword, I could do my leap attack. That'd be kind of nice. Oh, hello. Oh, well, that worked. Whee! Yeah, I'm just hoping for like Babanisos, so going back to that a little, where am I?
Strong.
Going back to that a little bit. So Babanisos, I'm kind of hoping that we're getting substantial amounts of who's just over there fighting enemies. I don't get that. I'm just hoping that we're gonna see some substantial amounts of achievements with like cool rewards, like unique weapon skins and armor skins and stuff like that. To kind of give some longevity to the release. You know, I don't know really what the release entails, but oh, we have to kill this guy. Yeah, noble star.
For great justice. Armored up. Steady your mind. For great justice.
Yay! Earn some points. Oh, there's more? Okay. I think I didn't even see. It's so hard. The orange on the background is so hard to see. I wish they were like outlined a little bit thicker, like with a dark black outline.
Shake it off! I reject your feeble power. For great justice. Adrenaline rising. That's how it's done. You can never have too much treasure.
All right.
For great justice. Refreshing.
That was quick. Did that really well. Motes. We gotta collect motes. Whee! I love jumping on the palace. Queen Jenna's like, where are the rats on my roof? Get them off my palace. Oh boy. Whee! Oh, there we go. I can jump here and jump here and jump over here. Boop. Whee! Slide down to here, jump back up. Oh, am I gonna make that? I am. I am gonna make that. Professional jumper. Did I get it? Did I get the bonus? No. Okay, I was gonna say. Hello, what are we doing here? I said I don't have her outfit on my main account. I said account that I don't use anymore. What's the outfit? The area of the world. What sort of new pet do you think a ranger would get in that region? Well, it's hard to say because even in the sense of like Guild Wars 1, like Guild Wars 1 didn't give us any info on what's actually in Baba Nissos, right? The little bit of info that we got in Guild Wars 1 about Baba Nissos was that the Mersad were there and that that the exiled Sol D'Alessio found his way into Baba Nissos, and that is where he saw them, and that's where he started worshipping them as these gods. And that's pretty much all we know about Baba Nissos. So it's hard to say really what we're gonna see. What are we doing? Oh, we gotta collect things. Celestial deposit. Oh, I was like, what the hell just happened? Why does this go by so fast? I feel like it goes by way faster than it used to, but whatever.
Nice gear.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, coolio. We'll wait on the next one to go. We're just gonna keep doing this.
Nice gear.
I gotta look at some annual stuff though. Not daily. I'm looking for my annual customs. There we go. Alright, I'm already halfway through. Donate food? No, what's the annual? Firecracker finder. We gotta do that. Light up the sky. Complete the race. Adventure without using a mount. Okay, I can do that. So we're gonna do those two, and then that's it. And then we're done. Alright, cool. So actually, let's get out of here then. There's no point. No point in doing this again. I'm gonna look at that weapon set in a second too. Separate armor pieces. It's like, oh, can't you get those same? Can't you get those same armor pieces now? Seriously, it goes by faster because most people use the rally that increases your movement speed. I mean, yeah, but I feel like it used to just take a little bit longer than, I don't know, even like speed-wise, it used to be different. I don't know. Maybe it's just I didn't do it last year, and it's been really a minute since I've done it sincerely. Like really actually like paid attention to things happening. All right, so we got to light firecrackers. Oh, God, it has to be different firecrackers that I haven't lit yet? Yes, it has to be different. Okay, I gotta find more firecrackers. I lit that one. I lit the one under the bridge. Did I light that one? I did not. Is there something on this side? Yes, I have not lit that.
I achieve things. I'm an achiever.
Or was the gemstone harder to get now? Black blank. Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's sad. Well, hopefully at some point they'll bring them back. They've brought so many old skins back, which is really nice to see. Firecrackers. Where are the firecrackers? Firecrackers. Are they throughout the city too? Or are they just around here? Oh. Is that... Oh, I thought I saw someone. It was just the book. It's just the book. Are they around the city too? I don't think they are, right? Like, I don't remember seeing firecrackers anyway. Do they have a specific list? No, just a Crown Pavilion, so I'm just dumb. Alright, it's fine. As long as just me being stupid. Did I light these? I know I lit the ones. Oh, I did not. Because there's a set under here. I did light this. Yeah, okay. I lit that. Hard to get now. Just most records from using item display the amount you need and spam use. Oh, really? Like using the firecrackers? I don't think that's what that is. No, I'm looking for the ones that I have to find in the Crown Pavilion. That's like a different one. Yeah, there's specific ones that I need. I just need to find them. Is there another one down here somewhere? I have that one over there, but I'm just stupid. Stupid. I need two more. Two more. Oh my god, where could they be? The Crown Pavilion is so small. Oh. Those? Did I not get those earlier? I thought I did, but I don't think I got those. I did not. I did not get those. But yeah, what would we like to see for a pet? So we can theorize on, like, you know, pets. I don't know. I mean, they have, like, what do they have for creatures out in the wild, right? They have, like, wolves. Oh, this one right here. I don't know why I didn't see that one, like, went by 20 times. All right, that's done, and then I just got to do the race or time trial. All right, I'm gonna do the time trial on foot. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. So I don't. Is there something that's unique to the? What are creatures that are unique to the area of Janthier, like the Janthier region, the Isles of Janthier, that we have seen already? Because we have the Warclaw. Jungle elephants exist? Do they exist? Where do they exist? Not in Guild Wars 2, they don't. Or Guild Wars 1. I mean, would we like to see an elephant? We haven't seen elephants at all in the world of Guild Wars. And we haven't seen very many of those, like, typical zoo animal things. Like, we haven't seen, like, rhinoceroses and hippos and giraffes and zebras, and, you know, we haven't seen any of those in general. You know, those are all, like, typical zoo animals, right? When you think about zoo animals, you think about like the African animals and stuff. We've seen tigers. We've seen like leopards, panthers, which are like part of the leopard thing. Freaking T-Rex, baby T-Rex. Well, I mean, it would be cool to see at least a raptor or something. I don't know, baby T-Rex might be a little too crazy, but like a raptor pet? I wouldn't be completely against that. We've seen a lot of different raptors around. Honey badger? Does Guild Wars 2 does Guild Wars 1 have a honey badger? I don't know. As like, you mean like an ambient creature or something running around? They don't have it as a pet. I'm pretty sure they don't. I mean, we could look at pets that they have in Guild Wars 1 compared to what they have in Guild Wars 2 and see what fits. I'm gonna do that in a second. Once I'm done with this race, let's look at that. Raptor with a big head. I mean, they could do that. Make it look like a T-Rex. Da 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 da. But like, what's the climate? Like, the climate of Janthier isn't tropical though, right? Like, I think they've really placed, when it comes to dinosaurs and stuff, they've really placed like it's tropical weather, so there's dinosaurs, right? They did that with Heart of Thorns, which was like, you know, like that, and then Draconis Mons, which was like a very tropical, like, you know, cave inside a volcanic island, right? Like, what's the climate? It's a little bit, it's much more temperate. It's much more like Seattle, right? It's like rainy and probably a little cold, I want to say, it feels like, right? It's closer to like the colder regions. So that's kind of, it would be interesting to kind of think about, you know? Never got it, so it'd be nice to get it now, Tim. I don't think pandas would be there. I would love for them, so pandas, while I would love to see pandas in Guild Wars 2 as pets, or even just as animals or whatever, but I would like them to reserve that for, and maybe Cantha, another mini expansion in Cantha, and have that as one of the pets there. Kind of keep the pandas in the Asian region, kind of like how we do it on Planet. Oh my god, it's such a long race. I don't know, I'm trying to think. I hope we get a pet. It's always nice to see new pets. Makes me want to play Ranger more. I don't know. Oh, I might want to get into playing Ranger a little bit more. I really do like Ranger. I just don't ever really play it. You know what I would love to see? Here's something. You want me to give you an animal that I would love to see? Give me a new owl. We have a snow owl. But give me like a really cool, like a big horned owl. Oh my god, are you kidding? That would be the best. I would probably be immediately a Ranger player. If we get like, you know, because the snow owl model that we have right now is so doofy looking and it's so weird and it's really small. So I'd like to see like a big horned, like a brown colored, big horned owl as a pet.
I achieve.
That's what I would love to see.
I'm an achiever.
Alright, we're already done with our annual. We got the snake tail reachers, part of our everlasting evolution to becoming a dragon. I'm just kidding. I did say we're gonna be Dragonborn, but I'm gonna do that on my char. I'm not gonna do that on this character. While I do actually kind of like the tail, not gonna lie, I'm not a scaly at all, like, or even furry in general, but and I never play like dragon characters or anything. But I do like that tail though. It's weird though. I don't know. I can't get my head around
You
it.
can never have too much treasure.
All right, cool. So we have our first part. Now I gotta get the headpiece. So last year I missed out on getting the headpiece. I gotta see what it takes to get the headpiece. Make it two. New bird would be nice. Get a barn owl. Barn owl or like. Okay. So before we do that, let's look at. Let me pull up. First of all.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Responsibility.
You weakling. You tried Dragon Ball yet?
How can I help?
Okay. Let me pull this up.
More violence, I say. Less
Oh my
violence.
goodness, you guys can't even really see it.
Seize the moment.
Let's see what we have for pets. Yeah, so here is, for those of you that were wondering, so there was different evolutions that you could have on your pets based on how they did, and there's this whole, I mean, as you guys can see, there's like a whole thing about it. These are the pet skills. So these are the animal companions here. I'm gonna okay. So we have Black Widow, Hounds of Balthazar, which I don't think we're gonna see that as a pet. Moss spider. We have already enough spiders. Panda, racing beetle. That's interesting. I don't think we're gonna see that. We already have roller beetles. I don't think we're gonna get that. Wolf, we already have that. Black bear, we already have that. Dune lizard, I don't think that's Crystal Desert. As you guys can see, it's a Crystal Desert thing. We have lynxes, we have landry stalkers, wolf, moa bird, warthog. We have, right? Do we have warthogs? Do we have warthogs? I'm a scaly, proud of it. Well, it's fine. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Do we have warthogs in game? Hold on. Let me go back to a pet class. The one and only pet class. Because I already have a character that's set up to be. I'm gonna show you guys. So this is my Dragon Bash character, but he's already ready to go. As in like, he's all owl set up. He's perfect for me. Look, he's the owl guy. So I love him. I would play him. With the I have the owl skill, call owl, and I have a snow owl. We have a boar. Simoth, we have a warthog. We have a boar and a warthog. We have both. And we have a regular pig. And we have a wallow. Juvenile hawk, phoenix, jacaranda, reef drake. Okay, so we already have that. But yeah, so this would be the character that I would play then. What is the oh yeah, he's just full power. I might play him. I might play him a little bit. I do like him a lot. Now that I like jumped on him. Flamingo. Flamingo is more like, these are Nightfall characters, so these are all Nightfall-y. I have the North. I think I have the North has some interesting Raven. We have Raven, White Crab, Harnish Coast, and the Depths of Tyria. So I could see a crab. I could see a crab pet. White Jingle Moa, that's the Christmas one, and then we have a regular white Moa, and then a white wolf. Polar bear, we already have that. Mountain Eagle. Mountain Eagle would be cool as well. We already have an eagle. Never mind. Iguana. Iguana is a Tarnished Coast pet. So the variety, you know, we're getting to the point where I think like we have a larger variety Guild Wars 2 than a Guild Wars 1. Right? But crane, we don't have cranes, but that's oh, you guys can't even see it. I don't have it on screen, but anyways, so yeah, so I was just looking at this. I mean, not like there was any crazy information here, but yeah, so the factions, we have reef lurkers, which are little crabs, right? That's how they first introduced them. So there's a red crab, then there's a blue crab, and then in Eye of the North, they they showed a, which looks a little bit different from these guys, because these don't have that ring around it that these guys have. The reef lurkers have this little ring around them of like spikes, which I think is really cool. The white crab doesn't have that. But yeah, white boa we already have. White wolf we have already, I think, right? Yeah, we have a snow wolf or something. Albino rat. Not sure if I want to see a rat as a pet like that. So I don't know. So I'm leaning. So okay, if I had to pick, I would say big owl. A big owl. Big owl character. Would love to see that. Or a big owl, a pet, not character. I think a crab or crocodile would fit the Janthe region. Crab would be cool. I don't know, crocodile. Crocodile is more tropic too. Crocodiles are more in a tropical region. So I don't think that that would be something. Oh my god, he's freaking out. He's freaking out, you guys. Oh, he walked away.
Time is precious.
So funny. All right, how do I get
You got the guts? Then play Dragoborn.
prizes? Right here. I need 5 of these. How do I get these? Ruin of the fireworks. I don't know that.
How's it going?
How do I get these? Essence of Luck, the 500. How do I get those? Because you don't get those through crafting.
Melissa aid you.
So how would I get this?
What can I do for you?
Bleed or both. So rad would fit the niche. Poison or bleed or both. That would be kind of cool. I think a rad would be pretty cool. I think a rad would be cool. I don't know. No, I said earlier, I actually stick with what I said. I don't know if I would like a rat. I would like a rat, again, for like maybe an like a Lona expansion, because again, they were kind of like Jahai rats was like a thing, you know. It'd be cool to see a Jahai rat as a... So I don't know.
How can I help? How's it going? I have so much to do.
Oh, I gotta open lucky envelopes in order to get those level 1. But you can't make those. You can't. You can't make that particular.
What do you expect?
Make it
After
a
100
pack
years
of
without
oh, a
trades,
pack of
keep things
rats.
authentic.
Okay,
My
that
God,
I like.
great
That's a
rat.
great idea.
I killed him.
That's a great idea. Make it like a pack of something, like a pack of mice or something. That'd be really cool. I would love that. Luck. I don't even have that on this character. I don't craft. This is not a character that I craft with. See, you can't make it though. It doesn't. Luck is not a thing you can make. You well, you can obviously make luck, but the one that I need, you can't make. So that's a no-go. So I'm gonna have to open these envelopes in order to get
Nice
that.
gear.
That's gonna be annoying as hell. 'Cause I'm not lucky enough. Ruin of the fireworks. Do they sell? Not really. Great. I did not get what I needed. God damn it. 8 mice following you. I mean, I don't know if 8 mice is like, you know, I would keep it to like maybe 4 or 5 or something. I think 8 of them would be like just kind of crazy. Or do like a rat king. Have you ever seen a rat king? Oh, have you ever seen a rat?
Time is precious.
Why? Why did I think of that? Have you ever seen a rat king? You guys have never seen rat kings? Look it up.
Continue.
I just had to look it up. I'm like, is that the correct term? And it is the correct term. But
Sharp blade,
okay, I guess I'm gonna buy 8 more of these, and then buy more of these, 5 more of these,
How's it going?
spending all this gold that I don't have.
May the Six watch over you.
I guess I can get it out of here too. This is what I'm looking for 8 of those. Snake lantern back these. Rat King aka Farm Celestial Challenge to get into like doing the full weekly. Oh, really? Well, I just bought all these envelopes, so open them! And I didn't get a single one. Whoa, I exploded into all these things.
I'm not sure about this.
I got 21 of these. Ooh, I got ornamental golden trophy. I got lucky there. I could buy 2 more. So the weekly there. You do, you're correct. All right, just gonna do that activity more. Let's go in. Let's do. What's this game called? I don't know. I think it's called World of Warcraft. Good to see you, chicken. How are you? What? I didn't even participate. I did not partake in this. Ooh, I have not done this one. What is this? Killing enemies. I can do that. Hello. Where you all going? Where you going? Hang out with me. Eh.
Almost there.
Chicken is here. How are you doing, chicken? Doesn't want to talk. He's just like, hi, bye. Come back.
For great justice.
Yeah. What does this do? I don't know what this skill does. Channel Ox String.
For
Just
great
kidding.
justice.
Just kidding. Alright. Oh.
Gaining adrenaline. For great justice.
Alive. Oh, that doesn't sound too good. I'm sorry to hear that. I feel you though. I'm barely alive. I've been sick and then sick again, and then I feel like I think I'm getting sick again, you guys, for the 3rd time in like a month. 2 months? It's bad. It's bad news. Not doing good. But that's okay. Life, we'll all get through it.
Your actions are foolish.
Ow! Pushing some. No? No one's attacking? Alright, cool.
Like breaking glass.
Like breaking glass. Alright, we gotta collect motes. Hello. Can I collect motes? Why can't I collect motes? What's going on? Alright. Teleporting right on top. I'm like, I don't know if I collected it. I think I farmed solicited for 20-30 minutes. I'm like, I bought the adorable Snake Mini with it. Ooh, Snake Mini, I know. Snake Mini, you guys. Did you know? I think I did it was part of the animal facts that I did, where I talked about the like, how like in the beta they used to have the like really wiggly like snakes or whatever. And then they got rid of those. Fun times. Fun times. But they finally brought the snakes back. I would love to see actual snake enemies. Like not Naga, but like actual like big snakes that you fight. And not like worms. I don't want them to be like stationary. I want them to be like actual big snakes that like want to bite my head off. That's what I want to see. Oh my god. He stole that in the last second. Right in front of my eye. What are we doing? Oh, hello. Oh. But I was thinking, so speaking of like, you know, I made the post of like, oh, let's become Dragonborn, but which I do want to equip that to one like those. I do want to do fashion on one of my char characters. But I think like there's not like the idea of having a Dragonborn, like some kind of dragon type character in Guild Wars 2 would be really cool. Not Guild Wars 2 actually. Like I was thinking about this. What if they had this in Guild Wars 3? How would you guys feel about that? Would you guys be like happy to have some kind of... I was thinking about, so where the idea came from is I was thinking about, okay, what if we were to add, like, how could we legitimately add a dragon style playable race into Guild Wars 3, right? So let's say Guild Wars 3 happens 250 years after Guild Wars 2, right? The world has moved on from whatever threats, blah blah blah, right? It's a new game, same kind of world, but we're kind of, you know, again, we're doing the same thing that we did with Guild Wars 1. We're moving ahead. It's better graphics, it's more playable races, whatever. Okay, you have your standard 5, and then they add like other things that you can play. So under those they have a dragon race. Like the way that I could see them implement that, which is super, I don't know, really exciting to me, would be having those be the children of Ori, right? Because like we know that specifically the Crystal Dragon line, which she is part of, that they can have that they can lay eggs and have children. Like we know this. Kralkatorrik did so, Galint did twice, and Oreen has yet to do that. So wouldn't it be really cool if that happened? But instead of just being dragons, she kind of does the same thing that the Pale Tree does, where, you know, because Oreen now being able to like filter all the world's magic and all the stuff, you know, keeping everything in balance, like maybe, you know, how the Pale Tree took on the more like humanoid form because the seeds were planted on top of a grave of 2 like humans, right? Like humanoids because of that, right? So what if she just decides to maybe take a little bit of the 5 main races that helped her while she was growing up, so they all have like a little bit, like the Dragonborn are like an amalgamation, like they look like dragony, but they have like traits from all 5 different races. So there's a little bit of human in there, there's a little bit of Sylvari, like maybe they could do like the Sylvari, like where the Dragonborn have a little bit of a connection to nature, like the Sylvari do. Maybe they could be a little, I don't know. I don't know. They could like just take an amalgamation of those, right? They could have like the brains of the Asura, where they're like kind of smart a little bit or something. I don't know. I think that would be really cool to see like a dragon type playable race in Guild Wars 3. I don't know. It's weird to think about Guild Wars 3 in like a serious sense.
That looks valuable.
All right. How far are we? I guess I gotta put that on my watch list here. My weekly. We're almost done with my weekly, and then I'm gonna get my dragon head thingy.
Nice gear.
Thingamabob. These sell for a ton, don't they? This is like a really good healing thing. Oh, they don't sell for a lot. They used to sell for a lot. It's very surprising that they don't sell for a lot anymore. They used to be like the be-all end-all healing foods. Let me open that chest! If I press it enough, you guys, it'll open. Do you see that? The bar was there. Maybe I can, like, scam it. Scam one of the chests open. Let me open the chest! I'm gonna crash the server just by doing the input. to Discord over snake enemies in the new region so we can get a snake pet. That would be cool. I would love that. Yeah, snake pet and then the snakes in the new region. I could see that. I could see that. Besides having a Dragoborn humanoid ghost, you definitely want Tengu and dwarves. Don't know how it would get dwarves in Guild Wars 3 so far in the future. Bloodline comes back. I don't know about dwarves. They're just small Norn. There's nothing like sell the dwarves to me. I want someone to sell the dwarves to me. Be like, okay, here is a pitch on why I think we should have dwarves in it. Like, I get Koden, I get Tengu, right? Like, I get that, right? Because they look different, they have different cultures, they talk differently, they look differently, right? They all have their aspects, but like dwarves are just small Norn, like tiny Norn. Tiny little Norn people. Uh-oh. Because, you know, if you're going to add something, you got to have, like, a good reason. Like, why are you adding it, right? Like, what is the reason? You got to have, like, a good reason for that. Run through. Oh. Oh. Evasion. Evasion. Whoa. I'm going around. Screw you. Ah. I didn't know when it would stop. I thought it would go a little bit longer, but it did not. Cause no. Oh god. Let me go. Run. Hold on. I will read that in just a second. I did a lap. Oh god. Wrong way. I thought it was going that way, but it did not. Yeah. Yeah. So good. Oh, I did it. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. Okay, what are we doing? That thing again.
Strong.
No, I'm a fan of this challenge. This needs to recharge faster, I think, is what needs to happen. Yeah, I'm close to getting what I need to get my dragon head. Boom, look at all that. Jeez, everything destroyed. Hello. Oh, I thought they weren't. They were like, we don't care that you're there. It's like, we'll leave you alone. Oh god, not far enough, please.
Like breaking glass. Almost ready.
Oh, really? Steal that from me, will you? Jeez. Tarjay right there. Oh god.
For great justice. Adrenaline rising.
Tarjay. Woo! Oh, come on.
For great justice.
Rude as frick. Rude as frick frack. Ooh, mine. Destroyed targets. Targets in my way. Go. Aha, stole it. I didn't get the boner. I didn't get the boner. Moats. We gotta collect the moats with the snake challenge. Hi. Hello. Goodbye. Hello? Where are the moats at? What's going on? Boom, teleport. I'm gonna read that in a second. I really want to read this, like, take on why dwarves are great playable raids. Not that I don't mind. Like, it kind of sounds like I hate dwarves. I love dwarves, but I just don't see them being necessary for a playable race. Like, ArenaNet is one of those companies that like to do, like, they like to innovate and be very unique and stuff like that, right? So, like, when they implemented, I think the worst implementation were the Norn, right? Like, originally the Norn were really cool, and they've just now made them like big dumb humans. So it's just kind of lost its charm there. But I think other than that, all the other races were implemented pretty well. Specifically the Char, I think they did really well. The Sylvari as well. I think they're all really good. So I don't know if I see the dwarves being really, I don't know, because the dwarves feel like a mix between the Char and the Norn. Oh god, I didn't get this one either, but that's okay. I got one boner, so that's fine. What are we doing? Capture points? Oh. Capture the chickens. Chickens! Get the chickens! Want to go to that? Oh wow, we're doing 2 chickens at the same time. Boom. Done. The overlap happened.
Strong.
Largos would be fantastic, but I think in order to have something like the Largos as a playable race, we would really need to get more info on them. I mean, they could be like the new race, like the Sylvari or whatever, but I would like to learn more about them in Guild Wars 2 before we move into Guild Wars 3 and have them as a playable race. Because for most people right now, the Largos are like underwater Sylvari, and I don't think they're like that at all. I think they're closer to Char, I feel like, in the way that they operate. Okay. Oh, this one's done. There's one on the far side that no one has gone to yet. I'm going over there. Oh, someone's here. Once this is done, I'm gonna read all that. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to focus on this. But yeah, I could definitely, like, if we could add 3 races, if we could add 3 more playable races to make it 8 playable races for Guild Wars 3, what I would like to see is, I would like to see Tengu, Dragonborn, whatever, dragon, you know, dragon creatures, like the new one, right? They're like the Sylvari of Guild Wars 3. It's kind of what I'm thinking about, right? Like I'm looking for like a new race that hasn't existed in Guild Wars 2. Or in the Guild Wars universe, right? Like I want a brand new race. Oh my god. Okay, well we just finished that. Cool. My weekly's done! Yay!
Nice gear.
Wait, did my weekly get done? Oh no, that was only tier 1. Wait, how did my... Oh, I thought I was already on tier... I was not reading that thing correctly. Alright, we're gonna have to keep going. Alright, let me read all this. There's a better Asura. Smart, tough, crafty people, resilient and snarky, loyal to the end. At least that's the lore for them and other stuff. I'm sure of the lore of them in Guild Wars 1, honestly. Guild Wars 1, I mean, Guild Wars 1 has like way in-depth lore on these guys. Not way in-depth lore, but there's a lot more to them, you know. And it's kind of cool because they like follow the Great Dwarf and stuff. And there's something like, they're almost a little spiritual in a way, where they believe in this, like, the spirit of the Great Dwarf that, like, inhabits them and stuff like that. I think there's something really cool to them, but I don't really see them being, like I said, they're just miniature Norn in the way that they look and that they kind of function for the most part, so I don't know. Largos are done really well, so I can see that being a better new playable race. We've had 3 new Largos NPCs to talk to, 2 in Secret Service and 1 in Jane Tier. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to see Tengu. I would love to see... So probably my 3 picks... I don't want to see Choya, Quaggan, Skrit, like all of those are just, I don't know, they're not really like, they're nice to have, but they're not nice to have as playable races. I think doing a brand new race of like Dragonborn type of race or whatever, Tengu, and probably the Largos, right? Like I would love to see the Largos. There's still some challenges I haven't done yet. I think this is one of the ones I haven't done yet. Hello? I think those would be my 3 top picks. Simply because, like, another reason why I think both Largos and Tengu are a good pick is because they have their own hometowns, their own, like, that's already established in the world of Guild Wars. So they wouldn't even have to create a new city or anything, right? Like, Largos somewhere underwater, right? They could make, like, starting map where that's like a beach map or something, and then obviously Tengu have the Dominion of Winds, which we have yet to explore, but that would already be like part of the where do we fit them into the world of Guild Wars already be done, right? Like that's already finished. Man, could you imagine having that skill as like available all the time? I guess we have dash, but dash isn't quite like that, right? Like, imagine having a skill like this where you can just, like, run through the game really fast. I guess that's what mounts are, I suppose. Whee! Up, up. No, I didn't make it. Oh, I was the top contributor though. Nice. Okay with that. What are we doing?
Eat my dust. Give my creation life.
Can I just... Oh, you gotta be long range for this challenge to be, like, good at it, I guess. Oops. I was still, like, thinking that I had a speed buff on this. Okay, that's out of range. Yeah. Bam. Explodey. Exploding time.
Strong.
Oh my god, we're only halfway through. I feel like we've been doing this for like 3 hours.
I feel strong.
Oh my god, that spawned right in front of my face. I was like, it didn't even register in my brain that that was a target. Okay, got it. Take this, explodey. I can't hit that. I don't know why I tried to do that. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to focus here. Wait, did I get... Oh, look at this. I'm doing really well. Truffles! Gotta find the truffles.
To kill Rising.
Oh, he teleported back. That's smart. That's smart. But yeah, I don't know. I know I realize that I haven't really been talking. I've just been kind of focusing on this. So, but yeah, I don't see Chicken anymore. I hope Chicken, you're doing good, and I hope you're doing better. And we miss you, and I hope that, I don't know, one day we can all hang out and do something. One of these days. But yeah, what else do we have? What else? Oh, we were talking about playable races. I totally like blanked out for a minute. I was like so focused on what was going on in game. And then I was thinking about like what to say, and I was like, I don't know what to say. Still want mountain climbing. I do like that idea. I do like that a lot. Having the idea of climbing mountains. I know we have mounts and stuff like that, but I would love to see an area of the world that doesn't allow mounts and that has you climbing actual mountains and stuff. I would love to see that. It's something that I completely agree with. I think it would be really cool. As you guys know, I don't like using mounts in my regular, like, I like to not mount up unless I really have to, like if I'm trying to get somewhere or whatever. Like when I make a new character in CORSAIR, I don't like to mount up. I like to just run around on, like, on foot. You know, I mean, on stream, you guys see me, like, mount up all the time, but that's because I'm, like, well, no one is here to watch me walk around the world, you know? So it's, like, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm doing something. But in my personal private time when I play, or, like, when I'm playing through the story, you guys know, like, I don't really mount up that often. I try to just kind of, you know, oh, I have to mount up now? Okay, I'll mount up, you know? But other than that, I'm like, no. I'm just gonna keep walking. Keep walking. The prophecies of the dragon destroying the world came true, or it's an alternate timeline. That would make for a great fractal. Like, I would hate that to be the Guild Wars 3 premise, but I would love that to be a fractal. And you're like part of the last surviving people after the dragons have devoured all the magic. That would be a really cool fractal. I would love that a lot. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a different game though to me. I don't know if that really is like Guild Wars 2 at that point. Doing something like that, I don't know. It sounds like an interesting concept, but it's not Guild Wars 2. It could be Guild Wars 3, but again, I don't know if I would want that for Guild Wars 3.
For great justice. Almost there. Eat my dust.
Never mind. The giant Sarisback bees, or whatever that is. Masteries need to go. I don't think masteries need to go away. I think the idea of masteries is good. The implementation was just shit. The implementation in the beginning was great. I think the implementation during Heart of Thorns and pre-Heart of Thorns specifically was really good. Okay, because the way that they had talked about masteries before Heart of Thorns and then when they actually implemented were two not completely different things, but they were very different from each other. So I would love to actually see the way that they wanted it implemented into the game. I think that would be a lot better. You know what I mean? Like, I just think there's precedence for masteries, just not the way that they implement them, because now Because now, the way that they have them now, they're not enhancing the gameplay, they're just tedious. They're just tedious to take care of, you know? So, ooh, a race. A race, a race. Oh, this is the one, the race, the horse race? Yeah, horse channel. So we need a different, better progress thing after reaching max level. So the whole morphing of skills idea. Yes, the morphing of skills in ESO is really, really cool because it gives you like such a, and they have, Guild Wars 2 has certain skills that have morphing abilities in a way. They have precedence to be like that, right? Like we talk about the different traits and stuff like that, you know, how they function and stuff. There are certain traits that change how certain skills work. And I think the idea is really, really cool. They just need to double down on that. I think they really need to go where, like, they take a Grandmaster trait and it becomes completely different depending on which Grandmaster you pick, the skill becomes completely different. You know what I mean? And, like, I think that would be really, really cool. Like, it would be kind of the same sense of how morphing works in a way, where you could change what a skill does, and have your build be very unique. And it would be another way to kind of connect builds. This person was really good. I don't even know what's going on there. They're kicking my ass. They're kicking my booty hole. Oh, I still got it? Oh my god, it was right at the very end of it. It was right at the very end of it. I got that. Oh my god, I'm so lucky. Alright, I get to open more chests, which is always nice.
Nice gear.
Let's start on this side with the rat. Look at all these chests I get to open. Oh my god, I'm so good. 4 of them I don't. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff there. Okay, it's cold in here. Enough. They half-assed with talking about how you'd learn more about the frog. People learn, speak with them, and there's the status in your. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. The skill flip trades, and there's really not that many of them. We need more. The one that was bringing was Necromancer Scepter. Yeah, the Necromancer, that's the one that comes to my mind too. There's a couple of them, right? There's and I don't know if it still has it, the Guardian Hammer. They did have that for a while, but I don't know if they just didn't they change it and it's not that way anymore? I don't really remember, but yeah, that's the one that always comes to my mind as well, is specifically the yeah, the scepter on the Necromancer. I think they could do that for a lot more, where you really, like, instead of just having a trait that has there's so many traits where it's like, oh, if you wield a sword or wield a, like, let's go in here, right? You have Blade Master. Gain expertise, gain condition damage while wielding a sword. Sword skills gain reduced recharge. Instead of doing, like, the gain condition damage while wielding a sword, maybe change one of the skills to give you more damage, like more condition damage, right? Like, instead of just giving me a random number that doesn't mean anything, kind of enhance the gameplay a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh, we have the jumping race. Well, and that's the thing. So the hammer one was removed because there was no synergy. So I see the point why it was removed, because there was no synergy, because it actually dealt with dealing like ice, like chill damage, and it's like there's no chill damage on any of the kit of the Guardian, right? But they could have made it. They could have made it where, like, they have another trade and they have it your F1 instead of they could have like a whole trade line made around that, where instead of dealing passive fire damage, you're now dealing chill, and they could have something where the chill actually does damage or something in some shape or form, right? They could have it like how the Necromancer does a little bit, like on the Reaper does damage with the with chilling enemies, right? You do bleeding, right? They could have some. They could have made it like a whole line where actually like chilling a foe was something that you would want to do, and then there was like a reason to actually take that trade, right? So I don't know. They could do that with a lot of different things, right? Like the idea of morphing is really, really cool. Where am I going? Oh, right over here. Like I fell down so much that I just like don't even know where I'm going. Got a little bit of swiftness in there. Yeah, flip over skills. I think there's something they could really do for any trade where they're like, oh, increases your something when you wield a sword or when you wield this. It's like, then take one of those skills of that weapon and change it and make something else. I mean, they could have that in addition to. Not that I would want to see that, because that would kind of make certain trades very bloated and very much like must takes. You know, but if it's something like the Necromancer one where it's very competitive in the way that it works, why not? Foes defeated. There is a bunch of them here. Hello.
Strong for great justice. Steady your mind.
Attack. Why is no one attacking? Oh my goodness.
For great justice.
Hate that. Yeah, really?
Take it on.
Boom. Dead. There's a group right here. No, don't go away. Come back.
For great justice.
I feel like Rangers have an advantage in this challenge because they could just have their pet attacking somewhere and dealing damage.
For great justice.
And then get like the kill on something while they're attacking something else. I don't know, it seems a little fishy if you ask me. Whoa, there's a lot of them. There's so many of them. Oh, it's only 3. It looked like a whole group of MOA were running by, but wishful thinking, I suppose. Right in the butt.
Almost there. For great justice.
Okay, finish that. Ooh, the snake one. I like. It's very chill. Very chill, easy, just to run around. Nothing too hectic. Oh my god. Look at the map. Everything is on the right side. On the east side. We have nothing on the west side. Apparently everyone's been hanging out on the west side. Nothing on the east side. I want to go back up there. I want to get that one. Oh, okay. It's not all of them. It's individual. Got it. That's why I was stuck on one side. That's why. Got it. I was thinking like you could steal them from each other, but no. Oh, look at that. I won again. Yay. What are we doing? Oh, this challenge again. Got it. I gotta pick my spear up.
For great justice. Adrenaline rising.
Did I destroy that? It almost seemed like I didn't destroy it. Alright, here we do share our targets, so... And there's only 2 targets left. I'm going for the last one. Okay, new ones are appearing now. Oh my god, I can't even get to it. I'm going the wrong way. I'm losing so much time right now.
For great justice.
I was trying to see if I could reach it from, but I can't. I didn't mean to attack those guys. All right.
I feel strong. Running out of endurance.
I'll read that in just a second, sorry. Oh, I should have been gliding onto that. Silly me. Actually, just throw that. Oh, didn't even see that one. Ooh, top contributor. Would you look at me? Oh god, I hate this one. I don't hate this one, I'm just not really good at it, so. It's like there's always people that are way better at it than I am. See, it's like I don't even aim correctly. It's like, what the hell?
Time to bust some heads.
What the hell? Jump over here. Oh god. I can't jump it. Mid glide, really? Come on. Gliding is such an integral part of our movement nowadays. To be able to do that together. Jump! Oh my god. Alright, we'll just do this. And I glide down. Whee! Whee! Oh, almost missed it. Oh, it was me again. Oh, I got 9, you guys. Look at that. All challenges but one that I was the best at. Hell yeah. I'm getting really good at this.
Nice gear.
Oh my god, I'm at 94. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I'd go crazy with it. Flip a skill on sword for warrior, you do more bleed, and when you reach certain stacks, your sword gets soaked and bleed and makes you do more bleed. All skills. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I feel like that's not going crazy with it. I feel like that's pretty nice. Stuff like that. Just make the trade soak and blood thing. No flipping skill. A trade that turns you kind of without need to add bleed to skill itself. There's something you. Yeah, I just. Okay, have a good evening. Thanks, Mish King. Appreciate it. But yeah, I definitely think that specifically the Grandmaster trades, I think they really need to get to the point where they need to get to where they make them like they make them where really picking a choice kind of changes the way that you play whatever, specifically for the elite specializations. I don't know if they want to do that for like regular specializations too or whatever, but it would just be really cool to have something where, you know, like the Mechanist has, where you pick the third, you know, the Grandmaster trait, one of the three you pick, and it changes what your mech does, right? And it kind of changes your whole game style of that particular elite specialization, right? And they do the same with Reaper, where for the Reaper challenge, I just read challenge, that's why that was on my brain. For the Reaper, right, they have one Grandmaster trait that turns it into a condition build, which the Reaper is not technically a condition elite spec, but it works, right? It literally changes how chill works, and the Necromancer in general has access to a lot of chill. So that gives you this whole thing where, you know, they change how the elite specialization is played pretty much, because you can make it like a condition damage build, or even a hybrid, which is like one of the only builds that I think can be really played like specifically really well, like hybrid. It's like a really good hybrid build. So I don't know. I think they need to do more stuff like that. You know, I want to see really specifically Grandmaster. I think having the other ones like the Master and the Adept like being the way that they are is fine, but I really want to see like the Grandmasters be to the point where like you have to make a choice, right? Really where it feels like a choice. What are you going for with the build specifically, and you enhance that play style, right? Like that's for most. Where like the Warrior, for example, the Warrior's trades, you guys, if you don't play Warrior, the Warrior trades are all over the place, because there's so many trades that are in so many random lines that don't even fit to the line, or they would fit much better in a different line. And then it's like, what is this line even supposed to be? Because it says one thing, but then it does like something else, and it's very strange. It's very, very strange. So I don't know, but yeah, again, that kind of calls for like a rework of existing things, and ArenaNet is not known for doing that.
Running out of endurance.
Not known for that.
Urge to kill rising. Eat my dust.
Yeah, lighting. Crazy hybrid Connie build that does burn, poison, bleed, through chill, and high. Yeah, oh yeah, it's really, really strong, and that's why you see Reapers everywhere, because it's not just bulky as hell, but it's also powerful as hell and easy to play. It's so easy, easiest rotation on the planet Earth. What? I was top contributor. There's no way. I don't think I did that well, but oh, I'll take it. I'm not complaining. Not complaining. You gotta kind of stay with these challenges. You gotta stay a little bit behind the chicken, because there's like this weird like delay that they have in the like the sync between the server and the actual game, I guess. Going for real. Have a good night. Thank you. See you later. Okay. I hate how abruptly it just stops, and then it's like so unceremonious, and you're like, all right, you just kind of left standing there like, okay, what else do I do now? Where is it? There it is. Got the chat. That's a rooster. That is not a chicken. That is a rooster. I guess it's a rooster. A rooster is a chicken, right? Because like a chickens are like, chicken is the overarching terminology for the species, right? And then you have like chicken, which is a female, and then rooster are the male. And you can easily add Torment to that build because pistol can be used on the Reaper. Yeah, it has crazy diversity for sure. It's really wild. Leghorn. No one has found Leghorn yet? Where you guys at? Go get the Leghorn, dudes. Go get Mr. Leghorn. Where is he at? Whee! We're gliding to the... Oh, that says rooster? The other one was clearly a rooster. Why didn't it say that? Weird. The other one was clearly a rooster too. Not a chicken. Then again, I could be wrong. I don't know. Not a hill I'm wanting, you know, willing to die on or whatever. Hey, I didn't get it. That's okay. And we're gonna be done with this anyway, so no big a deal. No big deal. Maybe tonight I'll work on some videos after this. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stream, but oh yeah, you got teleports. You're way ahead of the crowd there, buddy. Oh. No. Oh my god. Oops, I didn't mean to use. That was just... Ow, wow. I am really bad right now. What is going on? I'm not gonna win this, but... Ah. Whee. Oh god. Let me go. No. Great. I didn't. Oh my god. Everything is just not coming to. Ooh. It was so good earlier the last 2 times I did this. But that's okay. I'm just gonna run around. I'm not even gonna be serious about it now. Done. I'm so far in the outskirts. What's the next challenge? I'm not gonna win that challenge either. People are already engaging the enemy.
Setting up. For great justice. Gaining adrenaline. For great justice.
I thought I had more adrenaline than I did. Oh, I didn't get hit by that. Great, awesome. Always great when I see my my full counter being wasted on nothing.
Almost ready. Back at you. For great justice. Shake it off. For great gaining adrenaline.
Tiger's challenge. Ooh, we got the rabbit. The jumpy. My cat has been back on the screaming all the time for no reason. Train. She hasn't been doing that for a while. Back at it again. Alright, let's go. This will be the last challenge, and 2 seconds is gonna be over anyways, so.
You can never have too much treasure.
Alright, time to get our dragon head. Let's do that and get out of here. Okay, coolio. There's no exit button there. Kind of drives me crazy. Like, let me just exit the instance, please. All right. We're doing good.
How's it going?
Oh, I guess. Oh, the annual is done. Look at all this stuff that I got. Play a match in Dragon Ball Arena. I don't even care for those 75. I don't like Dragon. I don't know. Dragon Arena is one of those I do like it, but I don't like it.
How
I don't
can I
know.
help?
It's weird. Oh, do I have? Oh my God, I have 65.
Yes?
There's no use all button. Great. All right, so we have 11. 3. That's all I get for this week. For this day. This whatever. Alright, I'm just gonna open these. Let's see what I get. Nothing. Alright, anyways.
May the
We can get
six
the
watch
dragon to send us home! Yay!
Knowledge is bliss.
I think I have the tiger hood, right? Yeah, I do have that. Which is just silly
May
looking.
the six watch over you.
The enchanted gloves are always strange because you can't really...
Responsibility isn't easy.
It doesn't show up in the preview. They're supposed to have like these weird rings on it, but the skin itself is weird. And the fireworks pauldron, I don't like those at all. Okay, let's get that. Boom.
Urge to kill. Nice gear.
All right. I will not be using that. It kind of freaks me out. On humans, there's a little bit of like, I get a little bit of like uncanny valley vibes from it, where it's like this unblinking stare that you have on there. Kind of strange on humanoids, but on Char it looks really good. So I'm gonna be putting that on my Char. I haven't, the one that I'm gonna put it on, I haven't leveled yet. And it's actually the one that I did play a little bit before. I'll show you guys in a second, but let me just, are these like regular vendors too? Yes, I can sell stuff too. Let's see how much money I get from that. 180, 211.
Goodbye.
Oh, it was a lot of money. Oh, I have all that. And then weapons. I don't know if I want to go for any of these. Really
May the six watch over you.
couldn't tell you. Legendary. Yeah, I do want to get
May the
that. I
six
want to
watch
work on
over
some
you.
legendary. Tyrian exchange voucher. Yeah, I'll get one as well. I don't like those weapons, so I'm not gonna go for them. For the best wishes for new achievement before buying this best wishes achievement.
Oh,
Where's
I
that?
didn't
Is
see
that the?
You seek knowledge?
May the six watch over you.
Oh, okay. New Year's fortune achievement 5 times over the course of the. Okay. It's in
What do
here.
you need to know? The Dragon Ball Arena is open for battle.
Yeah, it's right there.
And beat your enemies without
Greetings.
fun for all ages.
Got it. So you just gotta complete the
There's no children allowed.
New Year's fortune.
When I was their age, I was
Good to meet you.
hyenas to death for fun.
New Year's fortune, which is the daily, right? Complete 3 dailies. Okay, and you just gotta keep doing that. Okay, and then you can get one of these weapons to unlock. Cause I have. Oh, I don't have the refitted twin blade. Really? It's just like the Yellow.
May the six watch.
I don't have
over you.
either of those. I'm gonna get both of these. Why not? I have the like special skins of these right here and right
How's it
here.
We have so much to do.
What can I do for you?
But yeah, so I would like to do the staff. Do they have a spear? What does the spear look like?
Good to meet you.
Dirt charm. I don't think they have the spear. I don't think they do, which is kind of sad. I wish they would add that. They should definitely add that in. The spear, if they have one. I don't know if they have a skin like that, but they should make one.
May CORSAIR enlighten you.
They should make one.
How can I help?
Seize the moment.
Ooh, I can use the rest for those. Why not?
Isn't easy.
Do that.
Good to meet you.
40.
Nice gear.
Ooh, I got that. Oh, perfect. I got that skin, so. Can't break it down. Okay. Unlock the skin then. And then I can throw it away because I don't want to use it. Alright, these are always nice.
What can I do for you?
Getting some of these. I used them to get, I think, did I need, I think Sparrow? Is that for the longbow? Yeah, for the, I'm working on a longbow, so I used all the ones that I had on these. So I gotta see if I need
May
more
the
of
six
those.
watch over you.
Oh, I have 2 of
How's it
these.
going?
Do you need my help?
Ugh, God, they're so, I
How can I
hate
help?
them. I don't like any of them. I don't know what to do with them. I mean, I guess I'm gonna just unlock them.
Soldier's life for me.
Cause I can't sell it, so.
Hello, stranger.
Lantern focus.
What can I do for you?
What do you need to know?
How's it going?
Shield.
How can I help?
I guess I'm gonna do spear.
You can never have too much treasure.
Okay, for that. That down. That down. Yeah, so the character that I'm gonna be putting that on is this guy. I leveled him, but I haven't recently played him like at all. So step forward. What is this? Oh. So this is the character. This is my Flame Legion like char that I've been working on. And yeah, I mean, he's kind of whatever. But I guess that's who's gonna get that dragon makeover. I wonder what a good. Someone had I saw a picture. Someone had but it's a different weight class. So I would have to find something that really fits with this. Like, obviously I could do something like that, or I could do like the serpents. That might be a little too much, right? Like I always like these because they look kind of like scales on here. So you could do something like that. What could I do? Ooh, prismatic. What is that's the Wait, is that from the same set? It is from the same set. Okay, so because I was looking at these and I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same. I would need something with claws, with actual claws on it. These don't have claws, do they? I mean, no, that's too watery. That looks like little fins. So I really would need something that looks, that's too fleshy. It's a little too fleshy. Pirate hook, why not? JK. Well, if you made a green dragon, that would work. If you make a fiery dragon, I mean, I'm trying to make a fiery dragon, so that kind of would work. Because obviously I would change the colors of all of these. What do we have for... Because obviously we have that. It's so fleshy looking though. I don't like that for a dragon. Oh my god, that looks so derpy, the colors. And it's like, they literally just... It's literally the claws is coming through the shoes. There's no holes or anything for it. It's literally, like my charge is like, I'm putting on these shoes and I don't care if they fit. And then the claws just like come through the front. So weird. Like, why would they design them like that? See, this is at least open. Like, you can tell that there was like effort put into it. Oh my god, that is so fun. Look at that. That's so funny. You cannot tell me that, oh, they changed the claws on that. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Are you kidding? What the fuck? Magus, those are kind of nice because they look like they have a little bit of scales on them. They already have dragony feet as is. Or you could do, where the oh, these. You could do the Mersat ones. No, but it has the like the little things on the sides. That's kind of stupid. It's kind of dumb. That completely removes your claws. That looks so weird. Oh my god. Like little nubs for legs. Might as well put a peg leg on. What is it this? What? Why is it peg leg like that? That's so weird. That's so weird. Oh my god, that's so bad. I don't play Chars, so seeing some of these like really atrocious looking like skins and stuff. Oh, here they like completely like they have like little covers for the claws. Like, wow, that's interesting. Here again, little nubs. Little Char nub legs. Ooh, that's cool. Like that. Yeah, they should never get rid of the claws on it. This looks kind of, you know, I could combine it because it kind of, the thing on it looks like a dragon skin a little bit because it has that little bit like leathery to it as a texture. Right, so if you do it like that, let's start with the bases of black. I would like to start with the base color and then go from there. Obviously I already have a lot of red. Okay, that's kind of nice, doing it like that. What's this color? Okay, so if we do like a scorched under. Okay. Leave the rest black. It's tough to come up with like. I'm trying to get. Da, 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 da. That does look good. don't know if I get those and those. Maybe I should do like a, there should be like an ashen color, like something gray, darkness or something. To kind of bring out, what is it? There's a shiny, what is it called? A shiny glossy black. Let me bring out the scales on some of this to make it like, you know, see kind of a little bit of the scaliness of it. That's kind of nice. I don't know if I like the shoulders too much. Like, the shoulders are kind of stupid. Not gonna lie, shoulders are kind of dumb. What about these? Obviously, I'm not gonna apply any of this stuff. I mean, I could still do the flame thing. That'd be kind of nice, because it kind of goes to the horns on there. That actually kind of goes. Can I change any of the... Oh, the colors do change on there. Oh, okay. Just the fire can stay the same. That's totally fine. I'm okay with that. It looks kind of cool. Looks very fiery dragon mage. Kind of exactly what I'm going for, which is nice. So if I do that... I don't know what that is. What is this? What is this color? Is that inside of the glove? I hate that. I hate when they have like certain things that have a dye channel, but it doesn't do it. Like this clearly doesn't do anything. This is the like aura around it, which I guess I want that to be orange as well, or like I don't want it to be red. I don't want it to be yellow. Maybe yellowish. I guess I would want it to be orange. But it does need something else in there too. But it doesn't... Maybe I need a different color. What about an enameled color? So just so you guys know, the enameled ones, they have a tendency to be almost like a gradient. Like on certain things, you can like, if you apply it, like right there, for example, you see, so like I have the enameled and blaze, which is like this brownish. I could do the enameled crimson. It kind of, it does like a gradient from like one color to another. So you see like a darker red, and then on the creases, it's like a lighter red. The enameled line is pretty cool. I do like a lot of the enameled ones. So... thinking like maybe something like, you know, I could add an enameled sacrifice. That's interesting. I guess I would leave it like that, but I would love to see a ruby red magma. Scorched. Thing is, I would definitely want this to maybe searing. What about searing? Oh, searing is great. Ooh, searing is really good. I like searing. Searing is good. That's a new one, I think. I don't think I had that. What does that look like on the... It looks better on the chest too. Does it look better on those? Oh, it does. Look, changes that. It looks really cool. Can I change it on here? It takes a little bit of the orange away from the horns when I do that. Not sure if I'm a fan of that. But oh, that's really cool for the color underneath. Look at that. That's really cool. Oh, I love that. Looks really cool. It's very detailed. The head is very, very detailed, which is awesome. I like that a lot. So searing was a great choice. So obviously I need to kind of get some color in there too. So that's the underlying. I think I kind of wanted like that. I think that looks cool. The one thing that I don't like, so this all looks really cool. The only thing that I'm not a fan of, what am I using here? Destroyer orange is what I'm using there. The only thing I'm not okay with actually is the chest. No, I want to do, yeah, in here. The chest, I'm not okay with the chest. I feel like I would need to do something else. No, while I do like that color combo a lot, but as you guys know, that's what all my characters look like. No. What is it that I'm looking for? I'm trying to kind of like the... Ooh. That looks like scales underneath. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that kind of looks like it matches. The yellow is kind of stupid on there. I would get rid of that. Make it like... Ooh. That looks really cool. Doesn't he look really cool? Do you guys not like it? I think he looks really, really cool. What? I like this. I'm gonna save this. Obviously I'm not gonna apply this now, but that's probably gonna be what my character looks like. So I'm trying to I'm taking screenshots just so that I can remember what this all looks like. The colors I need specifically: Shadow Abyss, Destroy Orange Searing. Yeah, I think that looks really cool. There's obviously some changes I could do to some of this stuff. Like, it's weird because I'd like to have something that I wish I could do the claws in yellow or something. There's yellow missing in this whole fiery setup. It's very orange, but if we don't have anything that's a transitional orange to yellow color, that's what I was hoping for, the enamel to do that for me, but it does not do that for me, which is just very sad. Golden Lion. Yeah, it's too yellow, I think. Unless I do it yellow and then I do very orange for the... See, but that doesn't fit. That doesn't look good. That looks weird. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Sacrifice. That's a deep bloom. Redemption. Redemption is just a darker. That's also just darker. Let's go by the hue. By hue would be good. And so I tried that already, right? Yeah. I'm looking for something transitional. Yeah, I want something that's orange that gives me both red and yellow. Something that's bright. Needs to be very bright. See, that's just more... No, the way that I had it before still looked better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like that, but that looks really cool. So that would be my fire mage. at some point I want to work on getting my Primordius Generation 3 Legendary Staff variant of the Orine weapon, right? It's a Primordius staff. To kind of finish that look, but that would be really cool because that I think I like that a lot. Obviously you would have to do like dragon wings with it. I have multiple dragon wing options that can be colored too. So let's have a look, because I have these which are very dragony, but they're huge. So they look a little funky. Orine, I could do those. Makes it a little bit more ethereal. Crystally. I could do like, I don't have any wings anymore. I have these things. My wings were just killed or cut off or whatever. You could have that. Oh, the Archdemon wings. Those probably go really well because they have like fire coming off of them. So if we do the dyes, right? Like look at this dye job. What is this color here? Tulip? Tulip. It's the tulip color. Oh, Siri, look at like how cool that looks. Badass, you know what I'm saying? I want to do that glossy black on there. That looks great. This, I still hate that. I think I'm gonna do that. And then, oh, okay, so there's some black in there. Oh, the red makes it like really bright. Oh, look at that. Darker or brighter? Oh, I can't decide. I think brighter is always good because everything looks way brighter in the character, and then you're in game and it's way darker. So it's like kind of like, I don't know. But that would be it. That would be my dragon character, you guys. My fire dragon character. I like him. I like him a lot. I'm definitely gonna work on that because I wanna play as that. Like that's kind of cool to me. So I'm gonna be I could just, you know, I have more than enough tomes of knowledge. I could just like level up my has that always been there? This little thing here? Oh, I don't remember that. But yeah, I mean, obviously I could use tomes of knowledge, but I'm the type of person, I get very like, nah, let's just like go through the game and level up naturally and whatever, you know? So, but that would be really cool. I think there's, I love the idea of having like a dragon. I've never been one to play like dragon type characters in games, but over the last like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I've really gotten to the point where I enjoy dragons as like a concept in like mythology and like video games and fantasy, and I don't know, I really like dragons. Like I guess Guild Wars 2 helped me in that transition a little bit for obvious reasons. Branded crystals, can I throw them? Obstructed? What the hell? Okay, whatever. Wow, I'm hitting nothing with that meteor shower. I was using the spear, but the spear is weird on fire. I don't know. It's not bad. It's just kind of missing a little bit of the oomph that the staff has. There's something about it. I feel like a spear fits more a char though. But I'm trying to do like a Flame Legion char, which are like the shamans, right? They were known as the shaman shaman cast, or however you say that. Branded human, take that. We got a torch. But yeah, I'm trying to get to like the fire mage playstyle a little bit more, rather than just doing spear. And I think for leveling a staff is just better overall. Because burning even at low level, like at low level specifically, even without having any condition damage and stuff, does a ton of damage. So it's kind of nice to have that, because you have like damage over time and then your regular damage, which is both really good. But yeah, I'll go like another 20 minutes or so. We'll go until like 10. And yeah, so next week, I'll probably start next week on my Eye of the North playthrough for Guild Wars 1. So if you guys are a fan of Guild Wars and you don't know Guild Wars 1, or you have seen Guild Wars 1 and you want to see more of it, or have played it yourself, I'm going to be starting my Eye of the North playthrough with my spear guide that we finished a few months ago. We finished the Nightfall playthrough. And I do want to do, I have a lot of stuff still to do in Guild Wars 1 that I would like to do, because we're gonna be doing Guild Wars. We're gonna do all the other content that's left. So for we have done prophecies, we've done factions, and we've done Nightfall, but there's still Eye of the North. Then I want to do, once I'm finished with Eye of the North, I would like to do a dungeon. I would like to do all of the dungeons. We're gonna do them at normal mode. I'm not gonna do hard mode. Hard mode is like, you really need to have a good setup and stuff. I'm not looking for that. I'm like looking just to play through the content and maybe just kind of, you know, talk about the lore a little bit and talk about some of the cool things that, you know, just play through Guild Wars 1 and just kind of see all the stuff. Because you see some of the dungeons as you play through the story, but you don't see like all of the dungeons. So I would like to see all of the dungeons, really. Go through and kind of see that. And once we're finished with that, I would like to do I don't know if I want to do, well, I don't know. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there. It's between doing what I'm trying to decide is whether I want to do the pet thing that I talked about, where I want to get every pet in Tyria on, like, in the menagerie, or if I'm gonna do like Guild Wars Beyond, which I'm gonna do War in Kryta. I'm gonna do the Winds of Change, the Hearts of the North, like all of those. I want to do all of that stuff. Specifically, War in Kryta is like some of my favorite Guild Wars 1 content, and I haven't played it in many years. The last time that I played it was like, I want to say shortly after Guild Wars 2 came out, was like the last time that I played War in Kryta, and War in Kryta is just really good. Like that last battle, man, that was like, it's really good. It's really good content. I really like it a lot. So get ready for that, and then hopefully around that time, not around that time, but hopefully by sometime next week, I will have you know, the end of next week, I'll start releasing my new series, and then I can do my new hardcore challenge for Guild Wars 2, which is a hardcore survivor challenge that I'm looking to do. I will be posting the rules as I play through it. You guys are going to see it on screen. There's going to be a rule set, and it's going to be a new hardcore challenge that I'm like, where I'm going to be playing through the game to level 80 on a brand new character, but it's gonna be, I'm doing a hardcore challenge, so if I die, I'm done, like, and I'm gonna time it and all this stuff. It's gonna be really fun. So that's all gonna be happening probably starting next week, I'm guessing. Oh, I can't make it over here. So yeah, so there's stuff coming. Obviously, I would like to get to the point where I have a set schedule, but I don't have that yet. Hopefully soon I will have that for you guys. Oh, stretch. branded. Let's fight some branded.
A new challenge is starting.
It's always nice to come back to Ascalon.
Okay, maybe that was too easy for you. How about this?
More branded. We're gonna fight all the branded. All the branded are dying. Because I'm here.
A new challenge is starting.
Already got a head start on killing all of them. Yeah, speaking of fire magic, I still gotta do the Elden Ring playthrough and stuff too, but I guess it's gonna be on the back burner for now. I still want to do that though. Oh, that doesn't, okay. Doesn't break stun. Artillery!
Back like that, come on!
What is my anything, my equipment? Oh, I just bought an Ebonhawk staff. I remember that. I think I did that on stream even. I have this skin here. Does that sell for a lot? 16 gold. I'm just gonna add it to my wardrobe. I have all this random stuff here. Oh, that's a great torch skin. Not like I can use it, but... Scepter? I have the scepter already unlocked and it sells for 25 gold. I don't know why I have all this sitting in my... Sky Steel. Oh, I already have that. I could use a Warhorn. I cannot use a bow.
A new challenge is starting.
Alright, well, just made some gold. A little bit, at least. Is the shatter happening? No, I don't think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a clear victor. It's finished. Praise the victor.
For Blood Legion.
Get out on the battlefield. Show them what we do.
Alright. Oh, okay, hello. Fell underneath. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, I wanted to close that. So I guess everyone decided for brand new weapon to Guild Wars. 6 votes. So would you like to see? I did not mean to say would you like to see. I was typing really quickly, but brand new weapon to Guild Wars 2. So most people don't even want to see an elite specialization. They just want to see a brand new weapon. Interesting. Brand new weapon is a great incentive for people to come back to Guild Wars 2, I think, but I don't know. There's like I said, the underwater weapon, like spear gun, I don't think is really going to be that great if they bring it on land, but I think with Trident they can still do something. Just because I just think like if they stay in the realm of like something that they have already available. Like, that might, you know, I don't want them to use too many resources and just adding a new weapon in the game and then have the expansion be lackluster in other ways because the manpower went to adding this brand new weapon, whatever it would be, right? Like if it's fist weapons or if it's a whip or if it's whatever, you know, anything like that. Oh, they're reflecting it back to me. So I have water and fire. At 71 is my third one. I don't know. I guess arcane is gonna be my third one. So I'm gonna unlock that. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think there's a point where I'm also gonna make a video on Guild Wars 3. I don't know if that's gonna happen within the like next few months or whatever, but I think there's a video that I'd like to do on Guild Wars 3, just to like what I would like to see in Guild Wars 3. But I would really have to also sit down and think about that, right? Because I talked about like adding new playable races. The thing with that is that, like, you know, ArenaNet already has issues with clipping and stuff like that in this game, but you know, the thing is, there's kind of like, there's different takes on that, right? Because you could say, well, ArenaNet has issues right now, but it might be like, we don't really know the reason why that is, right? It could be like, you know, that it's hard to work with this engine, or there's like stuff messed up in the code or something, to the point where like, well, this would be made on a new engine with a brand new code and everything. And it might be easier to just add those things with the new engine, right? Like, we're not going to be using an engine that's 20 years old. We're going to be using a new engine for Guild Wars 3. Where adding new skins or applying skins to our existing races is easier to do, where we don't get really like clipping issues like that, you know? So I think there's like arguments to be made for that, where maybe it's not going to be an issue to have 9 or 8 playable races. So I don't know. And when we talk about like classes and stuff, I would like to see something come back in terms of like ritualist. Something like Dervish, like not necessarily, I don't know, Dervish less so, but definitely Paragon, something that uses shouts to like support friendlies or something, you know. But that's kind of like coming up with like, I don't know, I would probably keep it at like 9. I like the outline of 9. I like the idea of having 9. Because you have 3 per armor weight, but again, I don't know, do we need armor weight like at that point? Because now, back then during the inception and during the early days of Guild Wars 2, there was a reason to have different armor weights, because you would have, well, first of all, it impacts your stats obviously, but it also had a fashion, right? Like Guild Wars 2 specifically is very much about fashion in a lot of ways, and like that's the end game, right? So how can we make this a little bit different? Like how could we well, no, not make that different, but like that's how Guild Wars is different compared to like other MMOs where like the end game is really like fashion. And back then it really counted to have like, you know, because you could only get certain skins on light armor or medium armor or heavy armor, right? So there was like a drive to be like, well, I want to wear this skin, so I'm going to play a profession that wears one of these armors. Nowadays, though, we have everything blended together so much. Any outfit can be worn by anyone. You know, so many skins are unlocked for like any armor class, and there's many that like look very heavy, very many that look very light, and you kind of get this like mix and match kind of. So does it really matter to have an armor weight like to assigned to it? I don't think so. I don't think we would really need that. But I think they should do something like ESO does it, because the way that ESO does it with like light, medium, and heavy armor is really cool, where you like you get different like trade lines. I'm not saying that they should do that in Guild Wars 3, but I'm saying like in ESO you have trade lines where you get bonuses, you know, in each trade line based on how many pieces of said trade line you're wearing. So it's really cool. Like, it's a cool way of giving you the option of wearing whatever you want, but if you're looking for a specific build, you have to wear like a certain set, right? Or like you want to have a lot of pieces of a certain set that you wear, you know? And I like that. I think that's the best way to do that. Not force me to wear, because there's something that I really hated in Guild Wars 2 that I feel like has never been addressed, and I don't see very many people talking about it. But it's the idea that when you're leveling in Guild Wars 2, you get so many armor pieces that you can't wear because it's a heavy or it's a light or it's a whatever, right? It's like something that you're not wearing. And that's so annoying because that kind of makes loot so much less like exciting in a way, right? Because it's like I get so many things that I can't wear. Right, like so many things that like this is a medium armor, I can't wear that. I get a bow because I can't use it, you know. And that's the thing in ESO, you can use any weapon, you can use any armor, but you just have to learn that trade line. And I kind of would like to see something like that. And what I would also like to see in Guild Wars 2 is, or Guild Wars 3, I'm sorry, in Guild Wars 3, I would like to see the idea of being able to change your class on the fly. I really, you know, the way that Final Fantasy XIV does it is really nice, where you only have to have one character. ESO the same thing, right? Like, not the same thing, because you have like a base class, but you can change your weapon at least, right? You can change your weapon to any weapon, and you can kind of modify your build that way. In a way, but I would like to see it like Final Fantasy XIV, where I have access to any of the different weapons, and or not even weapons, but like if they wanted to keep with like certain professions can use certain weapons, that's fine, but having access to every profession would be really nice. I would love that. Really having one character where you can level all of the different professions and you can kind of go through. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be really cool. Just having so many different characters kind of sucks because, I don't know, I always feel like I want to play my main, but then I'm like, I want to play something else, and it's like, it would be nice to be able to just swap my build like on the fly kind of thing, you know? So, I don't know. And just say like, hey, I'm playing this, or I'm playing that, or I want to play this, or this is what's needed, right? Like I go into a raid and I can say, oh, I don't have to swap characters. I can just swap my build on the character that I'm on right now, and I can just, you know, this is what we need, so I have that available. You know, that I think that would be really cool to do something like that. I think I would like that a lot more. All right, so I think that's gonna be it for me for today. I wanted to, so I started streaming a little bit early today because I wanted to kind of try out different I think I like this a little bit more, like streaming early and then having like streaming earlier. Like I would like to kind of maybe aim doing my streams somewhere between like starting at like somewhere between like maybe 3 to 6 p.m. or something, and then just kind of, you know, going until you know, whenever, but just kind of starting early. So I don't know, but yeah, anyways, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna be live sometime next week. I don't think I'm gonna be live anytime this week at all anymore, but next week, I don't know when next week, but next week, like I said, we are doing Guild Wars 1. We're doing a new challenge mode, and my new series is coming out, which is gonna mean that I'm also gonna be doing other videos in the future. So videos are coming to the channel, you guys. Get ready for it. I hope you guys enjoy all of those, and yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, Mish King, for being here. Thank you, Chicken checked in earlier. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing okay. And Emily was here earlier. Robert was here earlier. Thanks for being here. That's definitely a repeat. Emily, Jacob was here. Thanks for being here. And of course, everyone that's in the background. I do appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, and I'll see you guys next time.